There you go. Get back. I ain't know my stuff was muted. That's good though. All right. I forgot to check and see if this thing had an update. Still gotta make sure I check on it. All right, we back. We back. We back. We back. This thing be no, that's gonna make it up. Put it on me. So, yeah, put them out. Come chase up. Hey, get up. Put the hand on me. I don't know if I can dance. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I feel like I'm missing something. I gotta send these invites. Send these invites as invites. Well, this thing be tripping. It don't even show my people that's my views. Weird. So we see the topic, man. What do y'all mean by I want my child to be better than I was? I know what I'm saying. What do you mean by that, man? I'm trying to see, man, because I don't be getting it. I don't get it. Do parents really want their child to be better than what they was? I want to know that. That's what I want to know. Let's see. So I'm trying to get these videos downloaded real quick. All right, we Gucci on that. Close that. Turn that part off. This thing is late now. It's showing my views. That's crazy. Yeah, start this a little early. I gotta get this. Hold up. All right. What's that? So I'm wondering, what do no parents mean in general, man? I ain't got no kids. I just want to know what it mean. So I hear this a lot, man. I want my child to be better than I was. I mean, I'm trying to see, man. Trying to see something, man. I want to know are you setting your child up to look up to them one day? Look up to your child one day. You know what I'm saying? Let me emphasize that. Are you planning to look up to your child one day, or would you rather have your child stay looking up to you? That's the thing. Cause I want to know. It's one of the two. It's one of them. Or I just want to know. Maybe it's a third one that I might forgot. I just want to know. What these parents mean, man? What they mean by I want my child to be better than I was? It seems like it's a problem as soon as the child get better. Sound like parents in competition with their child nowadays. They quick to deem them as soon as they feel like their child getting smart. Who you think you are? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see what do this mean, man? Let me know. Let me know some, man, because I don't know. I'm not sure if parents really want their child to be better than what they was. You know what I'm saying? Or who they are. You know what I'm saying? Make it make sense, man. I'm trying to get it, man. I'm trying to even see if there's at least the new parents. Are y'all trying to do that? Or are y'all still in competition with your child? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's weird. It's weird to me, man. I would think number one would be the first one, set your child up to be able to look up to them, but I guess that too much ego and pride for that one, right? It's evolution. If we don't teach them what we learned for them to improve on, then you selfish. Exactly. Exactly. And the thing is like they even the thing is they even teach them all that. Well, some of them don't, some because like I said, I think a lot of parents is scared for their child to bypass them. They just talk this stuff, right? They just talk this junk just because it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? And then them a lot of them be the same ones. If you say you want and I think I made a post about this. You say you want your child to be a better version of you. Why are you showing them all your negative behaviors? You know what I'm saying? All the stuff you've been messing up at, and why you promoting the stuff you done failed at. Like that don't make sense. If you want a better version, but I think a lot of parents just uh wasn't ready, and they really don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just. Of course, we got a lot of lust babies. The ones that wasn't playing and was just for sex. It wasn't not that many love babies out here. Um, but and then when it comes all of a sudden, now because you're a parent, you know how to parent all of a sudden, which be funny to me. But it's just a lot of children that had children. It's children, a lot of children that had children, man, and it's showing. The results are showing. Because even like just talking on here, it sound like grown children you be talking to, especially when it come to something dealing with accountability or something. They be literally teenagers in a 60-year-old body. You know what I'm saying? So, and even them, they get in competition with their child. They can't forgive their child. They can't they want to, tit for tat with their child and all that stuff. Like if you that is weird. It's weird, man. I'd rather set my child up to respect me no matter what level we are on. Exactly. But that I ain't put it in that way because I don't. I'm trying to get somewhere. I'm just trying to see where everybody mental because I can't picture somebody actually saying it the way I put it up there. There's a lot of ego goes behind. A lot of us driven off ego. We don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be proud to say that. Be able to set my child up to look up to them one day. That's called being a proud parent. Your work. You know the work you did. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure your child will acknowledge that. You really don't have to say that. You know. I can understand if you end up growing an arrogant child, but I'm pretty sure you don't want to teach them that type of way. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be better than that. So, set your child up to where you can actually learn from them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that y'all both can learn from each other type situations. But you know how I feel about accountability. Once you know, it's no excuses. Exactly. That's unhealthy. Exactly. You see that? If you ever notice the room, I just changed that today, though. I'm trying to let people know because what I do, I notice people get mad at me when I hear excuses and I address it, right? And that's why I named this room "No Excuses Allowed." Because my thing is, we will get nowhere in life with excuses. We just wouldn't. Um, because we make up all type of stuff of why we can't be this certain way or why we can't try to do things the right way, why we can't love ourselves more, why we can't you know do something a better job, go to a better job, or why we can't. There's so much stuff we make up. Oh, but what if this happened and that, and you don't know what that, and they feel like this, and like I said, at the end of the day, your feelings ain't gonna get you too far if you keep relying on your feelings, man. Sometimes you gotta think and push through your feelings. It's just not always about that. If you keep trying to do everything to feel good rather than live good, then you be stuck. I don't feel good. I feel bored doing this. I don't feel, you know, this ain't, I mean, you got to push through to that. If you say you want to become a better person, like you got to put your feelings to the side sometimes, man. That's just how it is. Get out of the feelings and emotions, master your ego, and be in control. And ego can be a double-edged sword because nowadays people use ego to block their blessings. Nowadays, a lot of people use ego to stay stubborn and stuff. That I mean, so it's a double-edged sword. I think ego is like one of the biggest problems nowadays. More I keep thinking about it. Forgiving and being humble have been made to look weak. Get over it. It's unhealthy. Right. Right. That's the ego to be humble. Yeah. Master the ego to be humble. That's new. I never heard that. It sounds opposite. So I think. Hmm? You got me on that. I gotta think on that one. Gotta think on that one. But yeah, I think being humble is the goal in life. Even though you know your capabilities, being arrogant is something else. Like the opposite. I recommend being humble. Man, you can get through to a lot of people being humble. Because if you try to what they say, assert your dominance, or you try to make somebody else feel bad because you feel like they beneath you type situation. That ain't. I mean, people is not receptive to that at all. That's been going on. I mean, that's just kind of like the common thing that people just really must didn't notice or something especially when you talk a certain way to somebody or something like that, or make them try to feel stupid. They ain't trying to be receptive. People ain't trying to understand each other. Look up the meaning of ego. I looked that up a lot. I know I looked it up. I know about ego. I talk about this all the time. Judgment, I talk about that too. Judgment. I literally had a live about that a couple of days ago. They make it seem like judgment. Judgment is part of life. It's good judgment, bad judgment. People make judgments all the time. It's just people don't like it. People only like it when it's only help sound good to them. Like you can make a judgment and compliment somebody. They are receptive to that. But when it comes to constructive criticism, they don't like it. You gotta accept judgment in both ways and be selective on that. And also the second thing is judgment is it's a protection type mechanism we got in us. Sometimes it saves us a lot from certain situations. If it look like that lion gonna bite, I'm not about to go mess with it and think it eat plants. You know what I'm saying? If I see a dude with a hoodie on with his hands in his pocket, I'm not gonna guess he's gonna give me a hug or I mean, it's a protection mechanism. You could be wrong all you want. That lion one day could be eating the plant. You know what I'm saying? And they trying to bite you. That dude in the hoodie could be just sitting here trying to give you a money. That's a wad in his pocket he trying to give you. You know what I'm saying? But what is the slim chances? You got to live in possibilities, not probable. I mean, yeah. In that case, it got to be probabilities. In that case, you know what I'm saying? The possibilities, or possibly could be a lion that eats plants, or this could possible. You know what I'm saying? But nine times out of ten, it's not. you know. So you said judgment is unhealthy. What? You confusing me now. Where is it coming from? You said everything unhealthy. That's what is not unhealthy. That's literally how we get by in life. I tell you, you missed a lot of my lives. I talked about all this stuff already. So we judge to get out of negative areas or something like that. We make judgment on the friends we pick. We make judgments on. That's literally part of life. That's like the safest thing you can do. Actually, it's just how you judge, the way you do it. Indoctrinated to judge. Come up, come up, love peace. I'm not understanding you. You said what's the topic? The topic is what do you mean when you say I want my child to be better than I was? A lot of parents like saying that. I said, are you setting your child up to look up to them one day, or would you rather have your child stay looking up to you? Yeah, come up, love, peace. I'm trying to see what you're talking about, man. All this stuff I'm talking about. Judgment, humility, and ego at the moment. Oh yeah. I'm trying to get somewhere with this one. Yeah, because a lot of people be saying stuff that they really don't mean. You know, they be like, I want my child to do this, and then get mad when their child start seeming
Peace
like they a
and
little
love,
bit of
but
smart.
we gotta retrain them. We've got to bring them into the us and the we.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah. So what you mean about it's funny. What you mean about judgment being unhealthy?
it's not our place to judge.
Who said that?
Period.
Why you figure that?
Because the faults you find with me are not mine but yours, and the faults I find with you are not yours but mine.
Why is it judgment only with fault? So if I tell you that you look good, isn't that a judgment?
No, that's just a personal opinion at that moment.
Same thing. It's literally the same
You,
thing. If I say you look ugly, it's still judgment, right?
well, I guess yes, in that sense.
Right.
So, I mean, either or, that's where humility plays into effect, though. Because whether you're telling me a bad comment or a a negative comment or a positive comment on me, which you really don't have any place to be saying, it's not your lane. It really
But
doesn't matter
it's funny.
what you think, right? It really
It
depends
matter when
on
I say you
you.
look good, though, right? People funny. That's funny.
And I would say I appreciate that. You're
Right.
looking
Now it
well
matters.
yourself.
Now people have the authority to say it. That's funny. So what else? I mean, why you feel that? So you said that people shouldn't do that, right? Then we have judges too, that because it's obvious that people don't make good judgments. So, but we have to have judges to even
So in
judge
the
our
3D
actions.
reality, basically we had to elect these officials called judges so that they could oversee the system in this 3D reality. And then in the spiritual reality, we have our higher selves, or as we know, we're all fractals of the Supreme, um, he being that judge. But in essence, it's us who are the judges. We are the judges of ourselves, period. I
Then
can't judge
why we
you.
make bad judgments then, and then have to need a
Are they
judge because we,
judgments or
huh?
are they um, actions?
Yeah, both, both.
But you want to see, you keep labeling everything so it suits the narrative, right? So you want to
I
label
mean,
it
it's
so that
neither
it
or.
can
Don't
fall
you
under
make judgments
judgment.
within your actions? You do, right? Literally, it's part. I know the. It's funny. 'Cause I had
Then it
something like
boils
this.
down to accountability. Then no,
Yeah, most definitely. But no matter how you want to look at it, we make judgments in everything we do in life.
but
I
we
don't think
shouldn't.
stuff is not
You
thought through.
make
Some
just
stuff is
because you
not
do
thought
it
through.
doesn't make it right.
It doesn't make it right.
Just
You
because
know what
the
I'm saying?
majority
It
does
don't
it
make it
doesn't
right
make it
or wrong.
right.
Huh?
I said just because the majority does it doesn't make it right either.
Yeah, neither or. I mean, it's literally it's either
But
right
if
or
you
wrong.
again see, this is how for me and the humble in me. I mean, I have nothing against people that do want to judge, but me,
But you
I
judge
think that it
yourself though.
belittles I how
I- It's no way no human on this earth don't judge. Why? What make you feel that way? Don't you pick your friends that you wanna kick it with? Is some people you can tolerate, some of them you don't.
that's a vibe issue.
Oh, I'm just saying you don't be friends with everybody, right?
I am. I love
Don't
everybody.
you judge
I
the lives of what you feel you can take or not, right? Because
no
everybody, huh?
no. I judge you by your actions, maybe.
You
But
just
then
said
that's
it.
not even me being a judge of them.
What the? You
If
just
you choose to
contradict
be a
yourself.
positive person, then that's your choice. And me being in your space using TikTok, like all these people that come in and want to argue with people. And it's like, but this isn't even your room. This is like coming into somebody's house and then telling them that they've set their living room up all wrong. You have to change your living room. No, that's yours. That's your space. That's your universe. That's your beliefs. have the respect for that person. However, they choose.
Judges not only negative. Why they just make it seem like that?
What's that?
Judges don't just work in a negative way. Judging is on like me telling you that your arrangement of your house looks good too. That's still a judgment. Just because you don't like what's getting judged, right? That don't mean that
It's more like
that
a
is bad.
social aspect of it.
That's everybody opinion. I mean, even opinions and advices is some type of judgment behind it. Yeah, I know, Raymond, man. I'm just trying to get later. I'm just trying to show another point of view because I noticed, like I said, I had a lot about this, so I had a lot about this before, man. I'm trying to let people know. Actually, I might have a part. I might. Sure, you made me think about. I'm gonna do the part two today about this too, a little later maybe, because I see a lot of people have a problem with the word judgment, like judgment,
I
control.
don't have
They
a
don't like
problem
that.
with it.
No, it's the average people do. They feel like judgment is so because that's why everybody go back to you shouldn't judge. And who told who that you can't judge? I don't know where that came from either. Like people just selective, even with that. Now, if they want to go to the Bible and say that came with that, they misread that wrong. And then some people don't even believe in the Bible. So I'll be wondering where this come from out of nowhere for somebody to tell somebody that they judge somebody about how they judge, which is
I
people
guess it
didn't
comes from
notice that either.
experience.
You shouldn't.
It comes from experience. I mean, um, the more that you set as an example and put outside into the world is what you're going to get back. Whereas if I sit there and I'm judging the world, I'm just putting more judgment out in the world, and then there's no way to improve it. But like you said, there's positive and negative judgment, but most people see the judgment as a negative.
How you feel that?
Because if it wasn't a judgment, if it's a positive, then it's more considered a compliment.
Yeah.
So
So
judgment has
you
a very
so
negative
you wanna
connotation
be
to it as
around
well.
people. I'm gonna put it this way then. You wanna be around people that's always complimenting you.
No, I want someone who's honest, man.
Right. So they even take that as like constructive criticism as a judgment. Who are you to tell me that I have an attitude problem? I mean, it is what it is. That's just
Well,
something that's
okay,
facts.
in my humility, okay, in my humble being here, um, if you have not asked me for my advice, then it is not my place to tell you. But if you don't see me
But
in your
I wonder where
circle
that same energy when
often,
somebody asks for a
if I
compliment.
just stop hanging out with you, then you may have to stop and ask, well, why aren't you hanging out with me anymore? And now you've asked me, and then I'm going to say, well, you've made me feel in this kind of a manner in the various situations that we've been in,
That's
and I'm not
entitlement.
comfortable, so I needed to put some space between us. Oh,
Uh,
is that how you feel? Now, depending on how that person's going to respond will depend on how this relationship is going to go. Will I invest more of my own? Sorry, I had an alarm go off. Sorry, I had an alarm go off. Or am I going to am I going to separate you from my universe, or am I going to invite you into my universe? Am I going to separate you
you gotta
from my
you
universe,
probably
or
gotta
am I
drop
going
and
to
come
invite
back
you
up. You
into my
gotta
universe?
echo.
Yeah.
You probably gotta drop and come back up. You gotta echo.
Yeah.
You probably gotta drop and come back up. You gotta echo.
Yeah.
Let's see something. I got you. Hold on real quick. Let's see what this thing. I like we talk about this. Now I'm gonna talk about this later. I'm gonna talk about this again since I see it's a lot of people that don't like the word judgment. I like that actually. I like it. So we gonna get somewhere, man. Like I said, it's all about point of views, man. And that's a prime example right there where ego can be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because it gets you from trying to understand other point of views. That's why that's why I say that you can. Ego is a double-edged sword. If you choose not to understand another side, or because it's always many ways. You know what I'm saying? It's always many ways to everything. And like I say, I feel like understanding is the top thing that all of us need. Besides all the stuff, we gotta learn how to understand one another. I mean, I think that's where wars come from. At is because of lack of understanding. You know, because everybody feels like their way is the best. This must happen this way, but it's literally lack of understanding that's hurting all of us. You there?
I am here. I'm just reading Sam's comment, which is exactly. I want to teach them all of the tricks that I learned so that they can learn the tricks on top of the tricks that I've already learned that my mom didn't show me. You
Hmm.
know, make them better.
Okay. Because
But
I
I
always
don't want them
wondered.
to have the ego where they're judging me. I below them now, or I'm above. I'm where I'm at, and they're where they're at, and that's where they're supposed to be. So it's more of a respect.
Mm,
Goes back to respect, and I like your word understanding.
yeah. Uh, so why you so scared of judgment?
I'm not.
It
Go
sounds
ahead.
like it.
But
I think once you put your feelings to the side, you could be able to you be able to take judgment. You're right, because everybody, no matter in this world, it's something we'll never. Even if you want to say negative judgment, there's no way around it. You just got to be able to take out the meat and spit out the bone. If you feel like it's part of you, or you feel like that this judgment might be true, then that means it's something you might have to work on. If it ain't true, it's something you can ignore. But people gonna speak how they speak, no matter what, and that's something we can't stop. We can't stop it. No way around judgment. I can't stop somebody from complimenting me. That's still a judgment. I can't. this is, it is what it is. But like I said, and that's where that ego and pride comes in at, because we feel like, well, who are you to this and all that? But then again, you was the same exact person that just did the same thing that somebody else. Or when you say that they shoes look bad, or you know what I'm saying, or you might, I can't say that, you might stink, but that's probably a fact on some situations. But I'm just saying in general, that's literally part of life, and we gotta eat it up, whatever. I'm saying it's part of it. Suck it up. It is what it is. Can't stop it, man. Some of these so-called judgments, right? They can help your life. It's just we got to be open. We got to be more open-minded. Open-minded. I figured that out some days ago. I
the most
realized a true
receptive
open-mindedness
way,
is, huh?
the most receptive way is when someone asks you. When you give your unsolicited opinion, is normally when it backlashes.
I mean, it is what it is. That's like taking a risk by putting your information out online, right? And then expect somebody to just know what you want. Because I think sometimes some people, I feel that works two ways. If you want an opinion, you can ask for it before you tell your story, or if you don't, you can be like, I just want y'all to hear me. You know what I'm
But
saying?
see, the
So
key word
it
is
works
you've
two ways.
asked.
No, I'm saying both sides need to, because it's the like I said, that's the entitlement mentality I was saying. Like you can't expect somebody not to give you opinion when you put something out public, or say something to somebody's face either, right? Because you said you voiced it. It's not like you kept it to yourself. Right. And then like some stuff got to be called out. If I mean, because some people, even if they don't want to be receptive of it or not, but if I feel like you got a bad attitude problem or you got something like that, I'm calling it out. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to take an opinion or nothing like that. Because if I feel like what you did, or you slapping your child or something like that, that ain't right. I'm gonna call it out. It is what it is. Right is right and wrong is wrong sometimes. Just no different when people try to step in and help somebody, help a woman from getting robbed. I supposed to ask, like, should I go get your purse or something like that? Or do you just want me to go to work and go grab that dude or something? You know what I'm saying?
Every situation is going to warrant its own evaluation of that situation. And
Exactly.
no, in the event of a woman being robbed and you're in a position where you can help them, I don't think that there is a question there. Like the universe has asked you, they put you in that spot. You've been asked. Please go and help.
Yeah, but like I said, we can't have it, and that's another thing I'll be trying to show people this entitlement mentality we got. We expect other people to work the way we want them to work. Well, you supposed to do this, or you supposed to do. Even me, like if I giving advice and stuff, I'm not expecting somebody to do it. It's like either they gonna take it or not. Either my words gonna hurt. I mean, either it's gonna help them or not. You know, I put out my point of view. It's up to you to take it or not. You know what I'm saying? I feel like all of us need to hear each other out and just be having this one way of thinking. Sometimes I look at it as like if it ain't uh progressing us right, and it's just more of setting us back, then that's how I determine right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? If I see somebody uh like harming themselves or something like that, I'm gonna speak on it because that's wrong in my book. You know, that's something that's setting you back. It's not something you progressing off of. You know, if you got that's no different. Like somebody get a degree or something like that, you gonna like kind of congratulate them or something. You know, stuff like that. I don't know. It's something that's progressing. So you doing the right thing. But you dropping out of school, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Why wouldn't I say nothing about it? Like, what I mean, what's going on? Like, that's not helping you progress.
I dropped out of school.
Yeah, I'm just saying in general,
But
right?
see, I mean, like, you don't know anybody's story, right? You don't know
I'm not
the
talking about the
deaths and
story. It's just the
the
action itself. I
situation.
really could
I
care
know it's
less
just
about
an
the story.
example.
Yeah. I'm just saying we know the action. That's something I'm not gonna promote to the children and say drop out of school because you did it. You know what I'm saying? Why would I tell my child that? That's what I be mean about this topic right here. Want to be better,
I
so
would
I'm
tell
not
my
going to
child to
tell my
drop out of
child that it's
school
okay to drop out of
and then
school.
start doing start up his own business.
Hmm.
You have any questions? Come and ask me.
Say it again.
If my child did not want to go to school anymore and wanted to drop out of school, it'd be like, okay, fine, you're allowed to drop out of school, but you have to do something productive. And I don't want him to get a job. I want him to be the job. I already told him, like, because he already expresses disinterest in school itself. And I said, look, you've got to get through high school, and then, like, and after that, if you want, you need to take some business classes. As long as you can understand how the system works, you can work the system, and then do something that you like to do. So right now, the big thing is online businesses.
Mm.
But to just drop out of school, yeah, no, we. Oh, here goes the alarm again. Okay, I'm gonna drop down and I'm gonna shut that alarm off because it's sleeping right now.
Uh, oh, I hear the echo. Okay. Oh, that's most definitely about to be my second section. I can't wait to talk about it. Reset the live when I do a few hours. I'm gonna do a few hours and then set the live, and I'm about to put that other topic up. I like it. Made me think about it. I want them to learn a hard lesson earlier. Earlier than I did. I can protect them from everything. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's how it is, man.
Hello. Let's try that again.
There you go. Ring that alarm. So, would you mind setting your child up look up to him?
I would hope that I would be able to look up to my child.
Okay.
It's not a prerequisite in his life, but I would hope that he would become better than I am. He would
Hmm.
learn more than I had the opportunity to learn. And on top of that, there's stuff that wasn't even around when I was growing up, right?
Right.
So I know what an 8-track is. I know what a pager is. My kid will never know that stuff, but there's going to be stuff that he knows that I probably wouldn't know unless he showed me how to do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But that's just me.
You sound like you good, man. You're setting them up to be able to, to actually learn from your child. A lot of people don't like to learn from their child and stuff because they
Well, I
ego.
learned
Remember
that
that
when
we
he
was talking
was
about ego.
young. There was so much he taught me. I mean, like before I had I didn't think I could have children, so he was kind of like my miracle child.
Yeah.
And I actually gave, like, because because of the situation that surrounded his actual existence here, I found myself as a single mom. So I decided that that's it. Like, I was going to devote my life now, because I had 38 years, all mine, single, do what I wanted to do. Now I was going to devote it to my child and do the best that I could do for us going
Mm.
forward. And so before that, I didn't care what was in my food, what was in my water. I didn't care what time of day I ate. And, so I mean, like, he brought a lot of structure and a lot of knowledge about health and nutrition and vitamins and minerals and the combination of these, and also the chemicals that they're putting into our food. There was a time there when he started eating like the candies. And so, yeah, actually, no, it was even strawberries. He would get this Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde moment after he ate.
Mm.
And this red food coloring that they were putting in the foods was affecting him. And I didn't understand strawberries, and then I realized they're putting red food coloring in the strawberries to make them look better when we go to the store. So like all of these things he was teaching me, and I mean, like, the way that now, I mean, like, at 1 years old, he was grabbing my iPhone, he was opening it up, and he was finding his games on my phone. Like, I mean, I spent the whole his first year, think, like, do I get my child an iPhone? I had conversations with myself, like, going to work, like, my child is, like, he'll be 2 years old. Like, do I really get him, like, his own device? Like, really, honestly, until it got to a point where one day I just found two iPhones unopened in the box in a parking lot in the middle of the busiest city here in Canada. No identifying, nothing to get them back to the owners. Here I have two brand new. It was like the universe saying, shut the fuck up. Here's the iPhone for the kid. I'm giving you a backup one because kids are going to harm them. They're going to break them. So I was just, you go with the flow. And, like, he's just taught me so much. And I mean, like, now I own my own business. I'm a single mom who does not want to see my son trapped in this matrix, like this 9 to 5 job doing something he doesn't even want to do. So by the time the
What if he
weekend
wanted
comes,
to?
he's so weak he can't even do what he wants to do. Say
What if
that
your
again,
child
Kevin.
wanted to work a what 9 to 5?
Go for it.
Okay.
You'll learn. If you need to make all the lessons yourself, go ahead. But I discovered Confucius when I was about 17, 18 years old, and it was his um, learn from the mistakes of others, for you do not have time to make them all yourself. That changed my mentality a little bit. There's just, like, we're going to have these growths along our journeys on this earth. There's experiences that we have to go through. So sometimes when you come across somebody who has um I don't want to say, like, judgment against the word judgment, but like, if you come across somebody who, like you say, like, they're triggered by the word judgment, um and I mean, sorry, forgot where I was going with this.
It'll
But
be alright. I won't judge you.
cheers. Hey, and if you did, that's fine. Go for it. You won't be the first, you won't be the last. You know,
Uh,
but it's just, you'll come across them.
yeah, I already know. I'm glad you brought that up because I already got a topic. I'm doing part two of Judgment probably
You
later
were saying
today.
when you was going down, coming back up, you were gonna reset the live.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
do it right, but I just want to talk
I
about
know
this
you're a
for a
little
couple
instigator
hours.
though, Kevin. I've been following you for a long time. We've had many, 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 many good moments on
Mhm.
this
Was they
journey.
really good moments, or you judging it?
Oh, you've even fallen asleep on this, honey. You've even fallen asleep on this live. No judgment, all feelings, all love, unconditional love, Kevin. You know, if we made the focus, like what I find a lot of parents do is we focus on the no, don't do that. No, stop that. No. We don't say, hey, why don't you go and do this instead?
I guess it
We
depends on the
don't give,
child.
hey?
Some childs ain't trying to hear that. Why don't you go over there and stop over there biting on that cord, please?
Oh my
Ain't gonna be putting the
gosh.
middle finger up at
Child
you.
is
Don't
looking
do
for
that.
attention if it's biting on a cord. This is the thing. The more that we say no to our children that are looking for our attention, the more they're going to start doing those behaviors. Oh, it got my parents'
What do we do
attention.
then? We want to say yes.
You have to, no, you have to treat them like little adults.
I feel you on that. At
Okay.
least say if you do say no, you gotta at least have an explanation for them
Or
to
why,
understand.
okay, why not right at this moment and when? Okay. If they're trying to get your attention, they want to talk to you. Okay, at this moment, mom or dad is in the middle of this. As soon as I'm done here, then I can meet with you. Or, yeah, the consequences has to make sense. Exactly that too, Sam.
That's why I say
Um,
explain it. Yeah.
but yeah, no, we have to be more way showers instead of saying no. Well, okay, fine. Well, that's not.
Uh-oh. Alarm again. Emotional I like that. That's one thing I can for sure agree on with that one, Miss Sam. Emotional regulation. I call it emotional control because people don't like that word control. Emotional control. That's my favorite word in here. You're gonna hear that all the time. My favorite, the three things I talk about. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead because you seem like you kind of new in my life. I talk about emotional control, putting your ego to the side, and accountability. Them are my three things I talk about all the
I
time.
love.
Uh-oh.
Am I okay?
You should be good.
Because
Yeah,
it
you
was
good.
the 20% battery
Yeah, off my
pop up
judgment, you
this
should be
time.
good.
And teach them the word no too. They need to know the word no. They need to know that they can use the word no.
You're right. So no ain't a bad thing all the time. See,
No,
look at
it's
we just
not.
judge no that quick and then don't
Oh,
say no, but do say no. That's why I say you gotta have the no with an explanation. So I feel you on that situation. I feel you then. Disappointment is a valuable lesson. Yeah, disappointment is the
it
reason why
is.
a lot of us is the way we are today. A lot of people, the traumas and all this stuff. Why everybody get, oh, I thought this was going to work because, but it's all
No,
about how
but
you
too
overcome
many
those
kids'
disappointments.
gloves.
Hello,
Mm.
hello.
60,
Welcome.
what's the deal?
Hey, host.
How you feeling, man?
Oh my God, I've been having some productive moments.
Oh, that's what I like to hear. Off my judgment, that's what I like to hear.
So we had a battle and we raised money, and so that was good. The yard sale I went to yesterday was a fundraiser for a program called Moms and Kids, so that was good. And I've been
Mm.
in some productive lives here on TikTok.
Oh, yeah. Let me some stuff on here. Even though I don't know from my
Well,
experience, I would say I've been in a lot of negative ones, but I guess it's just all about trying to
I
change
just
that
stay out the negative ones.
algorithm.
I tell you, my
Yeah,
algorithm is sweet at the rate
yeah.
I'm going right now. I do not get the negative ones.
Yeah.
And you're behind on your child support.
Oop.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
You were
I heard a
supposed
bark back there too.
to.
I ain't had to agree with you too.
They like
Right,
daddy.
right.
Have your other baby mama been around?
I haven't seen her in a while. Actually, let me see where she at, man. Maybe she on. I gotta worry about some problems, man.
Yeah,
It's too
I gotta
much
check
going.
in with her and see if you gave her child support yet.
I know, right? Hey, don't judge me.
No judgment whatsoever, Kevin. Unconditional love. Love.
Well,
Don't
you
say
know,
I'm a bad
I'm
Unconditional.
not
baby daddy.
judging,
You
but
know
you
what I'm
know,
saying? Who
if
are you to give me
if she got her child support, I need my child support. Right? You know how these
that?
women say, "Run me my money."
They taking it out my checks automatic, man. They taking it automatic, man.
I was afraid to ask for child support. I'd end up having to pay spousal support.
uh, it's kind of like a little running joke we got with Kev.
Okay.
We got animals, and so Kev is their baby daddies.
Oh.
Yeah, what? That sounds like a judgmental. Ooh, what was that?
No, it was sorry, I'm also since we've last spoken, Kevin, actually, I've taken up this thing called wire wrapping.
What?
Wire wrapping?
You got
Where
me on that
you
one.
go and you buy crystals, or you
Yep,
go rock hunting and you find some cute little stones along your way, so then you wash them up, with a
and
toothbrush
shine
and
them
some
up.
soap and water. Yeah, and then you take this stuff called copper wire, and then you kill your finger with it. Just don't poke yourself, because that hurts.
I
Hmm.
have so many varieties of wire and thicknesses and gauges.
How far are you from Canada?
No, nope. I've been doing that for like the last 8 or 10 years, off and on.
Oh, so okay, you're not selling it. All right, I was gonna buy
No, I
it.
sell my stuff. I sell the stuff that I'm proud of. If I make something that doesn't
No,
meet
the
my
tools, the
standards,
tools in the wire.
yeah,
But no, I'm just having fun making it.
yeah, it is. It's nice.
I can't find her. What the heck?
Pure beauty.
Yeah, right. I can't even find her name.
For some reason, here's what's been happening now too. A lot of people are saying TikTok is deleting some of their friends for whatever reason. I got a phone call last night, answer phone. Hey, Miss Thing, why you unfollow me? What did I do?
Right.
They did
What
this
did
once
I do?
before, about a year ago. It's. I look at it as a lesson, that we can't always jump to conclusions, and we have to learn that, like, things happen, right? And no, you didn't block her, but like, you didn't even know that she wasn't even part of your. So it's a lesson for both of us, for you both, for everybody, actually, that
Damn.
you know we can't rely on electro technology. It does things behind our
I'll go
backs.
send her a share. I'll go send her a share for you.
I was trying to. I had two people I was about to share it to, and I clicked the wrong button. Hey. Okay, here we go. Let me see if I can get her in. So, and I'm gonna try to get. Who is this guy? I guess he knew I'm saying one. So,
I ain't got her neither, Kev.
ooh, did she lose her profile? Ooh,
I ain't got her
Oh,
neither. And I know we was
if they're on
following each other.
vacation, it won't come up.
oh, they
You know
on
what I
some
mean by
vacation
vacation.
for her.
Yep, I don't have her either. Wow.
She's probably on a little vacation, TikTok. They like to give
She might have.
vacations. 7 days.
She, yep, she in TikTok County
Mm-mm-mm. This
serving a
point.
sentence.
Mm-hmm.
All
That's what
lessons.
happened when you
This
say I
use our
owe money.
discernment.
Don't mess with kids.
You know I gotta go there. Are you pushing back on those mamas that lie? And
See,
blaming these
see,
baby daddies for what they really ain't the daddy.
they lied on me. You see, you ain't lied. I tried to tell you. But bet you everybody judged me right before that. You were bad. That ain't even my baby. That's your problem.
When she come back and we find her, I'ma ask her that too. I'll be
Mm-hmm.
like, "Did you get busted with the DNA test not Cam's?"
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord.
Mm-mm-mm. That's what happens, man.
I went grocery shopping yesterday. I could not believe, Kev, I found prongs for like $12 a pound.
Plums?
Prongs.
What is it?
Praws,
Yeah,
prawns.
prongs.
What
They're
is
these
that?
big,
Oh,
giant shrimp.
prawns? Oh no, no, no.
$12 a pound, dude. That was a steal.
Mm,
Fresh, not frozen. Fresh.
got me on that. I don't know what that is.
Oh, they
Shrimp,
are.
big.
Oh my
It's a
God.
shrimp. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they make regular shrimp look like a minute thing. They are big. You know, one
That's what she
prawn fits
said.
in the palm of my hand.
But I don't
I want
know.
some ribs.
I don't trust the food in this world anymore. Like even if it comes out
You
of the
gotta
That's
go
ocean,
move
I'm
to
scared.
Mars.
no. Did you see the? So I've been watching some of these crazy TikToks about people saying they're finding fake food within the grocery store, right?
Yeah.
So I followed up on this guy's one TikTok, and he was talking about rice. And so I cooked the rice, and I did what he said, and I set it on fire, like literally.
Hmm.
And the rice smelled like burnt plastic. Half of it burned, like literally, like you know how you light an ink pen. Remember how we used to light the ink pens to get them to write?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and you get that little smell from the plastic because you get too close. That
Yeah.
rice, that rice just like burnt like plastic.
Wow.
Some of it did, and the other part was the food part. So they're putting in this filler.
Take a magnet to your spices.
Really?
Try it.
And what's the result of that? What am I looking for?
Metal.
Oh, damn.
Scary.
Hmm. And then somebody else sent me a video on cigarettes, literally, and they unwrapped the cigarette, and there were bugs crawling in it that are part. So tobacco is not regulated like food. They chop it, they process it, and they roll it. You know, in the factories and the machines that make cigarettes. Well, there could be anything in there.
Coffee.
You don't
Do you
need
think it's just
coffee. You
coffee in your
need me.
coffee?
Hmm.
Coffee grounds. You know when you get the ground coffee,
Hmm.
Colombian or whatever brands that there are out there. Um, yeah, there's bugs in the and carcasses that are ground up in there as well.
It's getting crazy. So I'm a farm person. So I want my meat. I go down to mom and pops. You literally stand there in the pasture with them and pick you a cow or a
You're
pig or a
picking out your
turkey.
turkey. Yeah,
Yep,
exactly.
yep, and they say okay in 3 months when
Yep.
Billy Bob Turkey gets so big, they tag them with give you a number that's your turkey. When he gets big, that's
Spring
yours.
water. I don't do tap water anymore.
I got a well, so
Smart.
I'm good.
Do you own okay, you own the property
Yes, ma'am.
and you own
And
the land rights to that property, right?
yes, ma'am.
Smart
And
woman, girl. Smart woman.
every 6 months, I get the health department
That
to
you
come out.
judging? You just said you smart.
No, there was no judgment. No judgment whatsoever.
Hey, bless I'm doing her the same way. How I do you with forgiveness? she she had a problem with
Okay, if
judgment,
you're gonna use
so I'm
judgment
messing with her with
to
judgment.
I think judgment okay. So judgment leading to where you feel a superiority is what I have a problem with.
This isn't that a judgment about judgment though? Because
Well,
that's
we
your
talked about that earlier,
experience.
didn't we? Like judgment on judgment? Yeah.
Yeah. How we do
But I
big on big. So,
hey, all the more power to this lady who owns her own land and she's got the mineral rights to it. So I mean, I have no judgment. I'm just saying you're on the right track.
how you know that's you giving that authority?
Kevin,
I
if you
know.
don't stop.
I can't wait. I swear I'm about to
But
bring up
Kevin's
part two
right.
about
Again,
this.
Kevin
And I
is
hope you
right.
hear.
So I mean, like, I can't knock him.
You about
You
to bring up
know?
who, Kev?
She made me no, I'm saying she made me think about it. I'm gonna talk about this topic later today. After I'm probably gonna do like a few hours on this topic and then I'm gonna reset and talk about this judgment, man. It's gonna be funny. It's part two though, because I talked about it before, but I
Is
want
it
to do
in
part
your
two though.
videos, like a part one?
It's in my YouTube. I did part one of the
Uh,
part one live on it. Have
I know
everybody
she was
point
a
of view on it.
single mom, owns her own business, took up wire wrapping, trying to. Oh, you don't know about the house that I'm trying to buy.
Ooh,
That's in next year's agenda.
nice.
But
Oops, I ain't
today is
supposed to say
today, tomorrow's
nice.
tomorrow. So
Do you want to live in the country or the urban area?
I want to be where the spring water comes out of the taps, babe. I found it.
I'm about you giving me a lot of M I'm gonna use next when I talk about this later. I can't wait. I can't wait because I thought about this too. Where people be like,
No,
if you
you
say
know what?
something, the shoes look ugly. Like, did I ask you for that? You know what I'm saying?
That's
Oh, they
it.
look good. I'm be like, when somebody say my shoes look good, like, but did I ask you for that?
There's
See, you
That's
about to
compliments
funny.
and
make
there's
some enemies,
constructive
Kev. You
criticism.
about to make some
Okay?
somebody get on here and be like, "I really like your glasses. I don't care. I didn't ask you. Did you like my glasses?"
Who gives you the authority to talk about
Yeah, exactly.
you? Why you making them judgments? Son? I can't wait till next. I can't wait till a
You
few
wrong.
hours.
You
I can't
wrong.
wait. I'm glad Love came in here and made me think
I
about
always
bringing that
seem to
topic
find
back up.
myself where I'm supposed to be at the moment that I'm supposed to be in it. So, hey, I'm
I
so glad
love
that I was able to inspire you.
it.
And you know what, Kevin?
Yes.
Yeah, um, yes, I have I guess, a little bit of an issue with the word judgment, but yes, I can see other people's opinion at the
I
same
wasn't
time,
making
right?
judgment. I didn't notice that.
Nope, not at all.
Oh,
Who am I to judge? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Amen. No.
there you go.
Oh man, you miss me. You miss me, love and peace, and this what happened when you don't be in my room too much, man. I gotta mess with you.
It's all good. That's part of
It's all
life.
good
It's
in
the joys, the memories, You take the
Mm.
good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have. Anyone? Anyone?
there. You
The
got to,
facts of
man.
life.
Oh,
The
I got a
facts of
question.
life.
Ooh, Kev.
Ooh,
I knew I had lost my train of thought.
ooh.
Okay, give your scenario. You have a pickup truck, right? We're just gonna say you have a pickup truck,
Hmm.
and so you take me to get some stuff in the truck, right? So your truck has one of those bed liner things, that you can roll it over and basically nobody can see what's in the bed of your truck. Now, when you get home, we're talking and laughing, you pull up, I grab the stuff that's inside the truck, like where we are. And I forget that I had the stuff in the back of the truck. Do you
Yeah.
call me and tell me, hey, you left your whatever in the back of my truck, or you just keep it and hope I don't remember?
I would
What kind of
have
question was
opened the
that?
back of the truck and have been helping you take the stuff in.
Okay.
That says a lot when a person don't tell you and try to keep it. What the heck? They know
Mm-hmm.
it ain't theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think there's a
Mm-hmm.
question here.
So, um,
Who did that? Is it- I feel like making more jokes about just. I gotta leave it alone. I'm waiting till later. But
so,
that sound messed up.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So here was the thing. We were supposed to be going to that yard sale thing, right? So I have these fishing trollers, and they're like 200 and some dollars a piece. And they were my husband's. I have a small set and I have a large set. The large set is like $800 a piece. So I put them in the person's truck, but they insisted I put the small fishing trollers in the truck with us in the back seat.
Uh,
So we go. Now, mind you, I got to give you some caveats. They were in my garage. My garage has cameras. So when you get in the garage, you don't see the cameras if you're not really looking for them. And if you do, by the time you see them, they already saw you. And I get a notification to my phone. So when we get to the yard sale thing, they help me set it up, and they're like, I'll be back. So they leave. And so later on, some guy comes by, and he says, well, those are nice fishing trollers, but I need the heavier, dutier ones. You know, people stop and look at stuff and ask you questions, and maybe you ain't got all your stuff out, right? And I said, I do have bigger ones. They're in the truck. So I go to the truck. They're not there. So I go to the person, and I say, hey, what happened to those big trollers? I didn't see no big trollers. I say, you didn't, huh? Nope. So yesterday, it took
I don't know what that
everything.
is you eating over there, but it got to
I'm
be
done.
good
I'm done. I'm trying to
off my
finish.
judgment.
Anyway, I
I was trying to
swallowed
ignore it. I'm like, oh, she and when I go to the
it. So I'm trying to be cool, right? So I said, what happened to the big trollers that were in the? You never gave me any big trollers. I said I gave them to you 2 days ago because we loaded up the back of your truck, and we were gonna load up the trailer, and it started raining because there's a pool behind open trailer, right? And I said, and so you then your wife called and you said you had to go home, and you peeled out of there like a bat out of hell. I said, now granted, I did forget about that you had them, but I noticed when you came back, 2 days later, when you got the time so we could finish loading up your truck, you didn't say nothing about them. Oh my God, dude went through the whole, oh, so you're accusing me of stealing, and what kind of shit? Well, oh Lord, he lost his mind. So I looked on my phone and I found the video from the camera. So I could not afford to piss this guy off where I'd be stuck with all this stuff I can't get back home if I don't sell it, right? So we get back home. I get back home to my garage. And I said, hey, I want you to look at something. And I showed him. I said, here's where we dug them out because they were in this spot. We dug them out. Here's where I went to reach for them, but one of them is so damn heavy, you had to pull them out of that spot and put them up in the truck. And I climbed up in the truck to put them to the rear of the truck. I said, and then it started raining and your wife called. So you left here with my trollers. Then it went to this. It's a damn shame that you're so insecure. You have to put cameras everywhere, and blah. I was like, I don't give a damn. You can call me insecure, hypochondriac, whatever the hell. I said, I want my trollers back. I don't know what you're talking about. I said, okay, I'll tell you what. You got till Monday. Monday, hell's going to break loose because I'm going to be at the sheriff's office. I'm going to show them these. And somebody's going to be in court about something, whether you get charged with theft or I got to sue you in small claims. I said, this is not going to go down like this. You don't have a need for those trollers. They were my husband's. I don't have a need for a speedboat either, but, And I just wonder, because I could not believe that this person did this. And this is somebody you trust, right? But so then I went back. There was 2 other incidences I didn't pick up on. And I brought those to his attention also. I said, so I would like all my stuff back. That you've done this. Because what you do is you manipulate the situation. So I guess he went home and his wife called, and he didn't tell her what happened. He just was in a nasty mood, and she wanted to know what was the problem. And I brought up one of the particular situations, and here's how that went. Very well, I might add. Because I had toolboxes that I were moving, and so we brought one of them up back during the winter time. And he had been texting, and his wife is a decent person, so now she's pissy at him right now. And he texted me and said, "You're causing dissension in my marriage." I said, "You being a thief caused dissension in your marriage because you never thought your wife would ever reach out to me." So when I gave her the scenario that I think happened, which is here's what I think happened. I think when we got halfway to my house, he told her to call him at a specific time, right? So that by the time he got that one heavy toolbox up to the door, he could say, "I gotta go, here you go," and then he drives off with the rest of them. And she said that's exactly what he did. She said, "When was this?" So I went back in my phone, looked at the dates, and I said, "On this date." And she says, "Yeah, I remember that. He took you to Walmart and you bought all that stuff before winter hit." And I said, "Yes." And then I said, "He told me he had proof that he purchased those toolboxes." She said, "No, he didn't. And you can come and get your toolboxes. They're not ours. They're yours." Because she even asked him, she said, "Where did you get them?" And he said he picked them up from a guy. So now our whole friendship is just jacked up. And that dishonesty, and this is what I see in people, is how can I get something from somebody for free without paying for it? And then he tried to come with this. So I woke up this morning to a text was, "I'm 60 years old, and I really just forgot that stuff was in there. And you got to learn how to forgive somebody. I didn't mean to take your stuff." And all I text back was this: the minute you got home, don't matter if it was last winter, yesterday, whatever, and whenever you went in the back of your truck to put whatever you needed to put in there, you saw my shit, you should have called. You should say, "Hey, you left your stuff." But no, you led me to believe I lost my damn mind and didn't remember where I put it. Because when I asked you about it, you got an attitude and said you wouldn't dare steal from me, and you don't feel comfortable helping me because, when we turn around, there's always something missing. I just could not believe it. But now you're telling me I should forgive you because you forgot.
That's called being a sucker.
Mhm.
I mean, you could forgive from a distance. Y'all, it sounds like y'all need to not be friends anymore because that's like once that done got knocked out the door, it's a wrap. I mean, he's trying to use it at an instant, as in he wants you to forgive. He got caught. That's the problem. The heck? Now you want to say something after you gave me all this energy and saying that you didn't do it. Like you can never trust a person like that after that. That'd be a
Yep.
fool to take somebody back though on that situation.
Well,
I mean, it's some. I mean, I was in my peoples was in something that been friends since I was a little kid and stuff, and some stuff went down. Everybody ain't meant to be in your life all the time. Some stuff got to happen in your life to wake you up and let you know, shoot, they did their time, and now it's time for you to depart. That's just how
hmm
it is. Because it can get worse if he can be like that. That's like a narcissistic type. I don't want to like saying that word, but I'm just saying the way he trying to make it seem. That's weird.
Sam.
Forgive me because I want you to do that, and then forget it because I got caught. That's crazy, though. Yeah, people funny. That ain't win.
And
That's
the,
up to
the
you,
apology was just as bad.
dog. Right. AJ, little head is in the building.
Also, yeah, and then he starts to say, "Well, I didn't know it was yours," or I mean, it was just one thing after another.
You
And it
knew
was
it wasn't yours.
Yeah, you knew it wasn't yours, and you ain't that
Come with the
asinine.
dumbest
Take
stuff.
the
How old
last
you say he
fucking,
was?
60.
60.
Age ain't nothing but a number.
No, I agree with that. I'm 21 for the rest of my life.
Mm. I mean, lying is something too. Not making a judgment on that. Let me lie and say
I'm not
that.
lying.
I said I'm
21.
21 for the rest of my life. Oh my.
21 about 28 times now.
Mm.
Yeah.
21 forever, huh? Forever 21. They named that store after you.
Was it 21? Forever 21 or
Forever
Forever
21.
17?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an expensive brand too.
They may have. Never know. I have been known to be a trendsetter.
Mm.
Yeah, I got a
No
dress.
judgment. Okay.
I won't judge. I won't judge at all. I will not. Mm.
I was looking so at the garage sale yesterday. It was kind of funny because my husband was an avid fisherman, sportsman, boater, hunter. I mean, he was that guy, right?
Oh.
And so I got stuff that's brand new. So this guy comes over and there's a deer feeder. It's brand new in the box, and you know how you got parts to put the stuff in. So you got the little boxes inside the big box, because you got to assemble this, that, or the other thing. So the guy wants to look in the box. So we literally cut this box open. And he does all this stuff. He Googles it. It says $389. He said, "What would you take for it?" I said, $250. And that's a deal because it's $400. And then he says, "I'll give you 60."
I
I said,
appreciate it, but
I told him, I said, $60? Are you serious?
Mm.
And it was crazy when he said it because as he was turning away from the table, two people that I recognized them, but I didn't know. I guess I didn't focus in on them. One was this lady named Tamara. Tamara's the chief of police in our town. And then there was a DNR guy, and I didn't know that. I recognized him because I seen his face in the paper before, but I didn't know who or what title he held. Anyway, the guy turns away and he says, "That's the problem with these motherfucking bitches. Always trying to make some money on the backs of us white people."
what?
That's what he said.
Let's go.
And before
Biga.
before I could say anything, Tamara stepped in front of him and she said, "You know what that's called? That's harassment. And I could give you a ticket for that." And the DNR guy taps him on the back of his shoulder. And he says, he says, "Hey, buddy, I'm going to tell you something. I hope," he says, "you're the type of guy with that attitude that don't follow hunting laws, fishing laws, foraging laws, any of that." And he says, "And the day that I run across you, because I will," he says, "I'm going to remember your face. And I'm going to write you every ticket under the sun." And it got ugly, you know, because he went to talk about, she doesn't even live up here. And how the hell, her kind gets to come too. I had to get up and go walk in the building because it's a hockey rink, and they're letting us use their parking lot. This is where the kids go play hockey. And I told Tamara, I mean, literally, I was stuttering. I got to go. She said, "Go in the building. I'll watch your table. Got your purse covered." I went in the building. It was crazy. I can't believe that in this day and age, we still going through this.
That's how I be, man.
All because I wouldn't sell
Be
it
my
to him for
second.
$60.
You said it was also a fundraiser for women and children, right?
Yeah, well, what the fundraiser was you bought a stall so we had 3 stalls. So Dave's truck was in a
Okay.
stall. It's called junk in the trunk, is what it's called, right? So you spend $10 for a stall, and anything you got in your vehicles, you can sell out of your car or your van or your whatever. So I bought 3 stalls, one for the truck, one for the trailer, and then one where we set up all the tables at. Because we had some furniture and stuff too. So people could walk around on each side of that trailer and look at, furniture and stuff like that. But yeah, it was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. I couldn't believe it.
Sometimes people are like that are put into your life so you appreciate people that are in your life. It also strengthens your relationship with Tamara and the DNR guy. Everything happens for a reason, and people like that gentleman will get his karma. Um, but the universe is setting you up in a certain way that you're protected.
Yeah, the DNR guy said, when I came back out, him and Tamara was standing there talking, you know, and I come back out. I went in and washed my face and come back out, and he told me, he says, I'm so sorry. He said, there's just some real ignorant people in this world. He said, but it's these guys like this that I run across sooner or later. I'm out in my fishing boat and, I see them fishing. I pull up. You got a fishing license? I don't need no fish. Yeah, you do. He said, or they're hunting illegally, or they got, because even with fishing, I didn't know this, but I learned it with my husband. There are fish that you can't even take out the water. Because, like, they may say walleye. If your walleye is less than so many inches, you got to throw it back. You can't fudge it and go 3/4 and a half. You can't do none of that. Because if the DNR guy pulls up and he asks you if you caught any fish, and you say, yeah, and he says, let me see them, and he measures them, and you 1/4 inch over, he's going to take that fish. You don't get to keep that one. And he's going to put it right back in the water. So, it's stuff like that,
So when you say DNR, what do you mean? Because it's not do
Well,
not
the
resuscitate.
Department of Natural Resources has land and water police. They are literally cops.
I pictured
Except
an
they,
ambulance guy.
huh?
I pictured an ambulance guy. He was the guy
No,
that runs around
DNR is
with the
Department of
ambulance that
Natural
did not
Resources.
resuscitate it.
Yeah, no, she didn't say do not resuscitate.
I
No,
did.
they
No
patrol the
judgment. No
waters.
judgment.
They patrol waters, hiking
Mm-mm.
trails, biking trails, the snowmobile trails, the 4-wheeler trails. When hunting season comes out, they make sure whatever is in
So,
season to
so,
hunt.
and the universe put those two people right by you, right at that
Right.
very moment, right?
Yep.
I see. You know when you don't get to see karma happen, but you get to hear about it, and then in your case, where you got to see it.
How y'all feel about karma?
Oh,
Believe
it's
in
an
it?
individual choice again.
I believe it's real. I believe it's
I
real.
Yeah,
It
believe
happened.
what you
I'm about to
put
stone
out
here and
there, you
spark up
will
with
get back.
compliments. I mean, can I compliment? Top. I'm gonna spark it up now. I talked
You
about this
ask
too.
for lessons, you're gonna get them. Okay.
Why you feel that way? I'm about to start something today. I'm gonna wait till these numbers go up first, then I get back on the topic.
I haven't even been tapping. Poor little Kevin's at 248 likes. Let's give him a little bit. But am I even? Oh,
If you tap and you're in the box, Kevin gets shadow banned.
that's what I thought. So I gotta stop. Okay, I'm stopping now. Sorry, Kevin.
Everybody in the top. I mean, in the floor. If y'all could tap. Actually, I'm about to bring my backup in anyways. It's all right. We ain't gotta worry about all that.
Mr. Amiga. Amiga.
I don't know if he's still in here. My dang on thing is tripping. I can't see the views. I don't know if I can dance anything. Nigga, get up, put a hand on the knee. So you say y'all believe in karma?
Yeah, I believe that if you put out bad energy or you deliberately do something to somebody, karma come back and get you. My grandmama
Hmm.
used to always say,
This
you
makes
may not
sense.
know it when
I'm
you
glad
see
this.
it.
Makes
but
sense
you
with the
know it when
forgiving.
you get it.
Mm.
Or no, how she used to say, it may not come back the way you gave it, but you know it when you get it. So whatever
That's the
you did to somebody, it may not come back. You know, if I stole $20 from you, you may not steal no money from me, but something's gonna happen relatively similar to that I get to go, oh snap, I shouldn't have never took that $20 out his wallet.
mm. Do you think that's a mentality thing?
What do you mean?
Or do you use that as in, it's funny the more you say that, I thought about that though, because I noticed that's what it is. So, okay. You believe in karma too though, love?
I believe in what we put out there, we get back. Yes.
Mm. What's the word for the day? What's the deal, BK, man? How you feeling, man? You the word of the day, my brother. What's the deal, man? It's like,
What's up, BK? Baby Keith, baby Kevin Hart.
mm-hmm. So,
No, when I was in my oh, I think 19, 20 years old, um, I got some food stamps, and they paid me in one lump sum, and I was dating this guy, and so we were supposed to leave together and go look at a car, and then he all of a sudden something came up, and I said, okay, I'm gonna go to the grocery store on the way back home because we had to catch the bus to places. And when I got to the grocery store, I had all these groceries. You remember jitneys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you're gonna get you a jitney, you know. And I get to the counter and I ain't got $9, Kevin. Not no money, not no food stamps, not no nothing. And I was so distraught. And so I had to walk out that store with my head hanging, you know. And I got home and I called my friends next door because I actually met the guy through them, and they was like, you know, I ain't heard from him, this, that, and the other. And that was when crack came out. So he was a closet crackhead. I ain't know. And 2 days later, Lil Mama, that was what her name was, because she had the same name as her mother. And Edith had like 13 kids. So Lil Mama come over and knocked on the door, and she was like, Frony, get up, get up. It was like early in the morning, and they get the free press. And the free press comes like before 8 o'clock in the morning if you get it delivered, right? And
right.
she was like, dude is in the paper. And I'm like, what dude? Levon was his name. Levon. And show as shit, the day before the news article in the paper, it snowed really bad, and they turned down a street that apparently they didn't know was a lake. So it's one of those. It's really weird in Detroit, and so when the snow covers it, you can't see that it's a lake there. And they went through the water and they drowned, and everybody was like, I mean, literally, my mind wasn't even on that. I was on still stuck on wow, and everybody's like, see, that's what he get for stealing your food stamps.
So that's how y'all feel karma works.
It get you one way or the other.
I think that's why I don't look at karma the same way because I learned the art of forgiveness, right? So I know the people that don't have forgiveness, they think they believe in
He
karma
said,
that way.
"That's my name."
So, right, he said
What's
that's
your
his name.
What's your name, Levon? BK? I thought it was Baby Kevin Hart.
Wow. His name literally gonna be Kevin Hart. That'd be funny. Literally.
I wonder is he short like Kevin Hart?
That's my stage, man.
I got a chance to meet Cat Williams. I'm taller than him.
Of course, I can see that. We can see that one right now. I know he a short guy. But back to this, man. I'm trying to switch it up now. So y'all say y'all the karma believers, the believe in karma, right? So
Mm,
I
I
guess I'll
think
tell
it's
you.
like when you just do really mean shit. You know, we all make mistakes, like you say, but I think like when you really set out to hurt somebody, whatever that hurt is, because you just mean spirited, I think that's when something bad finally happens to you. That's karma. You know, that's kind of what I think. Like if you steal cars and stuff and whatever, you know, you end up in a car accident and paralyzed. That's karma.
Wow.
You
Okay.
know, something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I said, if it, according to that, right, I think, like I was saying, for the people, that's why, okay, I'm explaining why I don't believe in karma, right? Because even according to that, right, that means we are all doomed. You know what I'm saying? Because how do we make our judgment of how this karma thing gonna work? Well, I
You
remember
don't.
back
You just say
then, this
karma gonna
dude
get
tripped
you.
me, so that's why he got popped in the game. You know what I'm saying? We will make up anything to suit how we feel. Because if that's the case, like we don't know who we hurt, we don't know if how much it impacted somebody because we going off on our feelings. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do too much. We got an excuse for what we do, right? So we don't feel like we deserve this, right? So according to karma, somebody can else feel that same way about you. Like, nah, you don't know how much you hurt me and all that stuff. So what make you feel like your excuse gonna be so powerful to overpower this so-called karma, right? But what I'm getting to is like reason why I say I don't believe in karma, right? Is I'm a
Mm.
firm believer that whatever we focus on is what we gonna see. You know what I'm saying? Because there's negative and positive in this world. I believe a lot, just life itself is predestined, anyways. You know what I'm saying? Whatever gonna happen is gonna happen. Whatever don't happen, it ain't meant. You know. So if we gonna look at stuff and keep this stuff in our memory, like, oh, I remember when that, and that's why we wish the bad. We always talk about the bad karma too. I thought it was good karma too, but we don't talk about that most of the time. But I'm just saying, I think it worked both. If
I
it
think the
was, it
good
should work
karma is
both
what
ways.
people call blessings. You
Uh,
know.
right. But all that stuff is, I feel that's just predestined because I've been in, and that's what made me more. And I gave that story what made me not believe in karma more because when I felt like I didn't do anything wrong, but
Mm.
somehow somebody broke in my house and stole all my stuff on Thanksgiving. I came in, I'm like, what the heck? What did I do to deserve this or something like that? But I was a little young and something. I'm like, but guess what? I guess one of y'all probably gonna ask me, well, do you remember if you did something when you was a baby or
I
something? You know
wouldn't.
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But it don't work like that because if I was to focus on it, that means I'm trying to find a reason why this happened to me. But things happen in our life that we
Right.
can't control. We don't determine what happened because of that. So the thing is we want to be feel like we got power in life or whatever, but things happen to us in life and it's just gonna be what it is. You know what I'm saying? We can't think that every time that because this happened to me, I know something gonna happen to you. But that's our way of not because that's what comes with that forgiveness stuff. That's why we be like, oh, I'm gonna let karma happen. I'm gonna let karma handle that. You know, I'm done with that. When we talk like that, it already sounds like we wish the worst on somebody.
Vengeful.
I'm the
Yeah.
type I'm the type that if somebody like did me wrong or something like that, of course I'll be mad, but now that I did some change in my life, I will rather pray for them. You know, I will rather hope that whatever because I learned that I'm the bigger person. You know, not nowadays in certain instances, we got to become the bigger person because everybody don't got it in their head. Everybody have different struggles. Everybody express themselves different. Everybody, you know, they grieve different. If somebody had to steal something or whatever, I might not like it, but they might, in their mentality, they feel like they doing it because they family. They trying to, you know, put some food on their family table, so they'll do anything it takes. You know what I'm saying? We don't know people's background or why they do what they do. All we care is about our feelings and stuff. So I learned to try to think about everybody or try to at least understand everybody's situation because I could have been that person in that situation. So that's the only reason why I don't believe in this karma type stuff because if it was that the case, we'll be all done for because we are not perfect. All of us messed up. And who's to determine what did a bigger impact or not? Because we don't know. We wouldn't know.
Right.
Yeah. Even when we be like, hey, you know what, I'm gonna let God handle that or something like that. It's like so much like disingenuous type stuff in that situation. So much you can tell it's anger, like, all right, it's cool, I'm gonna let God handle it. Like we be trying to be slick with it though, but it's like we still be hoping the worst. Like I said, I'm big on words. The words we use, it means a lot. It tells a lot about our character. I mean, because like I said, and I'm only saying it because I did so much. Because I used to be like that, or I used to talk like that and stuff. Until I made a change in my life and want the best for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Even though everybody's gonna be them and stuff, but I want the best for everybody.
I want to
So
show
I
you
start
something,
changing my
Kev, when
words
you
up. I don't
say
be
that.
wishing the
I'm
worst
gonna
on
let
somebody, even if
God
they did me.
handle it.
But huh?
I'm gonna show you something. I just realized I had it hanging here. I'm gonna show you this picture right of something. So I got a T-shirt, right?
It's okay. Oh, T
I'm
Chantel,
about to
hey,
show you my
how you
T-shirt.
feeling?
There's what my T-shirt says.
Let's go ahead and blow that up real quick. See what you're talking about.
Because I get a lot of people stopping
I'm
me.
going to let God fix it because if I fix it, I'm going to jail. Right. And that's like I like how you put that though, but it shows that's why I say even with that shirt was made off hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us is not really healed as so much as we think we are. You know what I'm saying? It's like because it's like we got a lot of anger. I can understand it though. But a lot of us have a lot of anger and stuff. We just don't know how to express it because
Release.
we don't like when our feelings get hurt. We don't. Nobody do. You know what I'm saying? But and that's why we be talking like that. Like, man, you better be looking. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it's best to be. Let's go back to what love was talking about because I'm big on that. Try to be humble. You know what I'm saying? We got to be humble sometimes. As much as we want to destroy somebody for messing us over and all that stuff, but sometimes, hey, you got to be like, whatever, man. It ain't worth it because it's gonna probably put me in a worse predicament than I'm gonna be in. Right now. Sometimes we got to let some situations go. Maybe only time you got to take up for yourself is when you got to really protect yourself. But people don't know the difference between protection and provision. I mean, and provoking. I mean, because some people
Right.
will provoke a situation and call it protection instead of trying to, avoid it. But yeah, it's like I said, I'm big on wording. The words say a lot about. It says a lot about your character. It can tell. You could tell when a person is healed about how they talk. You could tell if That's why I say when people like, how can you tell for something like that? You can tell. When you
Vibration.
put that work in within yourself, you can tell a lot. You can see a lot in another person, no matter how much they want to come with. Well, I'm not you and all that stuff, but nah, because I used to be that person talking about I'm not you. But the truth is the truth. We got to be honest with ourselves. It's just being honest. But a lot of us don't want to be honest because we be stuck in how we feel. Honesty is that's what's keeping us, or not being honest is what's keeping us back or setting us back because we don't want to address what we need to address. We rather have somebody revolve around the way we feel because we grown. So like, hey, adjust with me. This is me. You know what I'm saying? This we always come with the "this is me" mentality. This is me. You know what I'm saying? But you don't even know who you are to say this is me. You know what I'm saying? You realize that this ain't you after you done changed yourself. Now you like, oh, this is a new me. You're gonna keep saying that forever. As long as you trying to better yourself, you're gonna realize that you are more capable of more things than you didn't know. That's what I'm saying. So this is me is like putting yourself in a box. And you can say this is me at the moment, right?
Yep, that's it.
But
This
you can
is me
always
at
better
25.
yourself
This is me at 30. Because you like every year, there's
every
not even a
day.
year, every day
Yeah. That's
there's
why I always say
growth.
better than my yesterday. I always say that. You see why when people ask me that question, I say better than my yesterday because it's something I'm trying to do better for my yesterday all the time. That's just something I do, or I'm blessed. Blessed to wake up and see another day because a lot of people don't get to wake up. You know what I'm saying? There's some people passing away every day. We be coming with this thing that we feel like we deserve the next day, or this is going to happen. This is literally not promise. So many people made so many plans and didn't even make it to the next day. You can make all the plans you were. That's why you got to try to live the best day or the moments you can right now. You know what I'm saying?
Be in the now.
Yep.
Kevin, is that
So,
a mic behind you?
yep.
Oh.
This one right there. One right there. That's for when I get like if I get another person here or something like that. I have it set up for both of us to talk. Yep.
I hear a kitty cat.
That's
What?
Mr. Tigger.
Oh, nice name.
I'll
Yeah,
show
don't
Nice
say
you
that
name.
too
him.
fast on here.
I'll show y'all
What you
him.
say?
Let
That's
me
when my room
stop.
jump up to 500
There he
again.
is. There he
She
is,
said
right
what?
there. Right there. He's
Yeah,
he's
that.
he's being a love bug.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Look, he's trying to. He's so silly. He's like I gotta. He is such a love bug, right, Mr. Ticker? Right?
He said, huh? Wait, what?
What?
I'm so ready. I might have to shut this down at 3, man. I want to get on that next topic so bad. Now she done got me want to get on that so bad.
Why don't you just go to get on it?
Nah, I'm gonna stretch it though. I'm gonna stretch it. I still want to talk about the parents and stuff. I'm gonna give them a few hours before I switch this.
So it says, what do you mean when you say I want my child to be better than I was?
hmm And the
There are
second part is,
remember there are people out there that actually think this. There are
hmm
people out there that don't have common sense.
Are you
There are
setting your
people.
child up to look up to them one day, or would you rather have your child stay looking up to you?
mm, yes, I dig deep in the skin when I ask these questions.
What do you say, 60?
I don't know about that one. I want my kids to be who they gonna be. I want them to learn to be good people. Have good moral values and principles. But at the end of the day, I
You don't want them to be better than you?
if that's what they're aspired to be, and I think when we say something like that, at least to me, if your kid like a doctor, right? I've had people that the granddad was a doctor, the dad was a doctor, the dad's brother is a doctor, and then the kid grows up and wants to be a freaking ballerina. Like seriously, we ain't talking about he in the alphabet community. He's got serious dance skills and he wants to go be the head male ballerina for Bull Shorts Orchestra or whatever. And they have a meltdown.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
know,
but that's just one spot though. Like he could still be a better version of you. He just picked a different job. What the heck?
right, but see,
A
people
job
don't
don't
consider
determine if
that a better version. It's you
that's
need to
crazy.
follow in the footsteps, like everybody in the
I
family
feel
is
you.
a cop,
I feel you.
EMT, and a fireman, right?
I feel you.
So if they want to go be a school teacher, everybody want to be having a meltdown. And I've seen that, Kev, where everybody is in some kind of community service, even the women, like they're nurses or doctors or whatever, and this whole family, and then you get somebody talking about, I want to be a teacher. What?
Mm.
So when they have the family meal, because I was invited to several with this particular family, I watched the dynamics, and lots of times I literally sat there and prayed, like, don't call on me, don't ask me, because they were really big on that. So what do you think, Kev? Why do you think Joe became a teacher when all of us are, we all deal with the public and all our lives are on the line, and you trying to tell me Joe is less than? I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
nowadays, Joe life on the line being a teacher.
Is
He
Joe
got these
happy?
kids acting in
Right.
class, but they all think that they're better than Joe. So slowly but surely, Joe stops coming to the family meals because his life is not equal to theirs, or so they've made him feel.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's all
so,
part of the divide and conquer.
and I've heard his dad say many times, I've heard him say, I don't know where I went wrong with that boy. What? Where did you go wrong? And he feels because Joe isn't one of those things in the family, he feels like he failed him. But the father, even with that, Kev, the father ain't taking responsibility. He's saying it's all Joe's fault because Joe chose to be a teacher.
It's your fault. Wow.
Because he said Joe, because I asked, I got to ask, because I said, why are y'all so down on Joe being a teacher? And damn near everybody has some shape, form, or fashion. He wussed out. He didn't want to put in the work. He lazy because you got to go to academy like for fireman and policeman and stuff like that. And so they called him. But why? What? Maybe he can't stomach that. Two of the sisters were EMTs. One was a nurse. So they all cross each other's paths throughout the day because the town only has one hospital and one clinic. So they get to see each other because they come to the hospital to bring people in the ambulance. 9 times out of 10, one of them gets called to that situation, police wise, or if the fire department puts out fires and they got people they gotta go. So all these siblings and dad cross paths with each other all day long, and they and I could see why he felt ostracized.
Right. Mm-mm-mm. That's what I'm saying. That's
And then
weird.
I guess to me, when you say, "Do you want your kids to be better than you?" What does that mean? I mean, seriously, I went to school for engineering. Do I want my, you know, I got to go by what their interests are. So if I'm telling them I want you to be better than me, what does that? I mean, literally, what does that mean? What can be better than an engineer?
Subjective.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So they're gonna have to travel their own path and be the best version of them they can be, not the best version of me
Mm.
or even trying to emulate me.
I
You
think it
know,
just say better. Well, some people do say the best version though, but that one I just said better than I was. I think a lot of parents say that
right?
too.
And what makes it say you're better or worse? You know,
I think
uh,
because I think a majority of people want the best for their children, right? I
right? They
think I
do.
think that's a good mentality to have, anyways, right?
Right,
So
but I
you,
think the best for your children is okay. The best for my children is you get the things that you want out of life. If you want a place in a Caribbean, town or country or whatever, you get that. You work towards that. You get if you don't want to live in this kind of weather, be able to afford a house that where you do want to live, have the profession you want to have. That's one better for your child.
Mhm.
You don't want them living under a bridge in a refrigerator box. You don't want them homeless. You don't want them hungry. You don't want them strung out on some addiction. I mean, there are some things we all know we really don't want for nobody.
right?
So, do I want the best for my kids? Yeah. But what
Mm.
does the best for my kids look like? They get to define that.
Mm. I think we know. I think we know. It's like right or wrong, how they be saying that's a certain thing. But I think if it's something that look like they progressing in, pretty sure that's the right way.
Right,
If it's something
right.
that they um,
Passionate.
what's the other word? I'm thinking the opposite. I always miss the other stuff. One progress and setback, and if it's something setting them back, pretty sure that's the wrong way of doing something, right? Because I'm pretty sure you don't want your child to be set back from anything, you know. So I mean, we can make those judgments, right? But sometimes if we feel like something like gang banging is the wrong thing, why not speak on it? Uh, there's anything like we don't want. I mean, as much as we say we want our child to do anything, but we still got to, as a parent, you still got to at least try to guide them the right way. I don't think you want to give up on your child too early. Like, will you choose your life? Well, you can leave it up to a person to choose stuff. They usually it don't go the right way. So I guess it's all about trying to guide them the best way you can, and still let them do what they want to do at the same time. So it's like a balance. Nowadays, the point is parents are in competition with their children nowadays. Um,
I went through that when I was
parents.
18.
Yeah.
I think that's the worst thing. I still been like going back through some of the stuff, Kev. Right, and now that some of our relatives are like older, and me and my cousin was talking, and she brought up something that was crazy because her dad is my uncle Irvin, and she was like, I remember you were the first one to own a house and this and that. And she was like, your mama hated you.
Mm.
And I like long forgot about that shit. But it did make me think. I'm like, then I thought about what you said, right? And I'm like, I wonder if that was it. if maybe she just thought I should have failed. I should have been, I should have listened and got pregnant by the first man came along and didn't want no education and da 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 da. I broke the norm.
Yeah, nowadays a lot of kids having kids, man. A
You
lot
know
of
what? When I
lust
was coming
babies
up,
out here.
I
They ain't
couldn't
love
even
baby, they
imagine.
lust babies.
I couldn't even imagine that having been stuck with a child. That wasn't even on my agenda. I lived in a house where my grandmama was raising her kids, and then when she did have to go, she would say, okay, you look out for, so and so and so and so, and I got you when I get back. Well, it's not like you had to, be there and you couldn't do nothing. It's just I watched way too many of my little cousins. And so I just knew when she would tell us stuff, when she got on that whole kick about having babies out of wedlock and all that. She scared me straight. For real, for real. I wasn't even trying to be that. Mm-mm. Let me go to school, get my education. Cause whenever my aunts would come up pregnant, I mean, my grandmama was there for them, but Lord, don't ask her for nothing, cause every time they asked for something, they got one of them Bill Cosby talk to. Now they ain't got no baby daddy, or they're living on their own. They ain't got no husband, and they need pads for their bra to catch the breast milk or whatever it is they needed. My grandmama had a story for you about how she did this, and this. And, why can't you do this? You lay up with this ninja. He ain't doing this. Oh, yeah. She would do it, but you had to hear the story. No, they had me scared shitless. I was one of them kids. I learned. I had
Right.
aunties to learn from, and I'm like, I do not want, nope, nope. And she was a firm believer in paying, you to babysit, whoever it was. Even though you lived in the house, you know, she, because her thing was, why should somebody else take care of your child? Because my one aunt would say shit like, well, that's your little cousin. So you should be happy. And my grandma would be real quick to check. No, chick, nope. She didn't have that baby. You had it. Now you either gonna pay her something, or you take your baby with you, because I got shit to do. I can't babysit for you. But I listen to these, like my cousin that
That's the
called me.
entitlement mentality I be talking about.
Hmm.
What do you think of these parents, Kev, that have raised their children and now they have to raise their grandchildren, and they spent their whole life thinking that when I get to, when Billy grows up and he's off to college, I can start living my life. And then now you stuck because whatever. You got Billy's kid.
You said the children, the parents, they gotta raise their. Oh, it's on the parents. Let have been nice for it.
Okay, hold on, hold
Because I
on.
heard
I
if
had my
you, if
back cracked. What'd you say?
I said that'd be the parents' fault why they gotta raise their grandchildren. I heard a saying that if you raise your kids right, you get to spoil you get to spoil your grandchildren, and if you spoil your child, you're gonna be raising your grandchildren, and that sounds legit to me. Yes, it makes a lot of sense though. So if you have to do that, I mean, somewhere where um it went wrong. I'm gonna put it that way. You wasn't a bigger influencer in the kid's life. I'm gonna put it up. There's a lot. It's all about how much of I mean, what the kid get more influenced by. Is it either the world or their parents? But it's just selective on the kid, the type of kid you get. And I think parenting do take a big part of it. If you get lazy with it, you get lazy results. And then some parents don't know how to parent. That's just how it is. I mean, parents don't come with no book or nothing. You just have a kid and go along with the flow.
So what happens if you got, what we might call a model parent, and they produce a child that grows up to be like a total crazy person? Then what?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, child don't get crazy out of nowhere unless they got mental issues or something. That's the harder you got to work on your child, I guess.
Mm.
Try your best. I mean, sure, it's only so much a parent know, but it's all about the schools you put them in. I mean, it's all that stuff, man. Of course, you can't
I think
hold
a
their
lot of
hand
it
all
has
their
to do.
life, but I mean, it's just really a gamble.
I think a lot of it has to do with peer pressure.
Yeah, that too. But I mean, some parents have raised their child to be strong against peer pressure. I mean, some people
Mm-hmm.
still got kids that's virgins. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So I mean, it differs. It really differs. It's just all about who influenced the kid more, the world or the parents, and the
Mm.
circumstances. Some people not even don't even. First off, like we know the problem nowadays. It ain't even a two-parent household most of the time. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of really needed on a situation. It's kind of harder doing it with one. But I mean, it's a root to all the situations and stuff, and it changes. Some. I mean, a lot of times, some single. Not saying that's all, because some single have been doing that thing, but it's just so much stuff is out of order nowadays, and we go and a lot of us is impatient. A lot of us is all driven off our desires and our wants and stuff, and rather than doing what we need to do, it's so much, man. So. My kids already know better than I was. That's good. That is good. So the
Well,
thing is like, are you building your kid up, Mr. P? You building them up to be able to look up to them one day, or you want them to you rather have them still looking up to you? You throwing down over there. You haven't stopped eating ever since. Drinking, eating, popping, and snopping. I was making me hungry, man. I like ate with some cereal.
I didn't, when we got out of there, I got home, Kev. I got home by 3 something.
Yeah.
My body was so tired. I went to bed. I mean, I took a bath because we sat out for 4 hours in the sun. And I took a bath and I went to sleep. When I woke up, it was 10:30 last night, and then I was in Tyler's live all night. By the way, he really likes you. He admires you.
Who?
Tyler Cyrus. He's always telling people about you.
Oh my, I don't even be seeing. I don't even remember that name. I be seeing there's a lot of people that be knowing me that I don't be seeing them and stuff. Hey, at least my face getting around. Sure, that's
Well,
good.
some
I
lady
appreciate
came in
that.
like I don't know, a week or so ago, and she was like wanting lives that aren't toxic and where you could really have a safe space. Because just because somebody says a safe space, it ain't a safe space, right? Because people get in their feels and stuff. But and so he listed. He said a guy named Love Keb or something. I said laugh or learn Keb. He's like, yep. Right, that went down, and he was giving her some more.
Mm-mm.
And then he gave us some women, and he was saying, it's just a handful. A lot of them. It ain't cool.
Well, a lot of them are also bananas
Mm.
They're what?
Right.
on vacation, but
Oh,
permanently.
oh, you mean they got banned?
Yes.
Banana. We say banana because they be messing. TikTok somehow got something against that word, so we got a filter on here.
Mm.
Yeah.
I
You
prefer
know, I was sick
vacation.
though.
It's a positive way of looking at it.
Somebody got banana in my stuff, and I lost my whole video. I was mad.
Yeah.
So I'll be
Wait a
trying to
minute, what
watch people
happened?
when people get they page, but not on as a guest, especially in my room when I be trying to put my stuff on YouTube. They will Basically, they'll kick them out for community guidelines, and my whole live will basically get flagged for that. Because I can't even get banana for letting other people get banana in here. That's why I be trying to watch the way people talk on here and stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, so TikTok is very monetized, and they watching stuff. So what's that specifically? I think it's a father's job to know their child's limitation and pass on. So basically, I'm just saying, it's like which of the two though? Like, would you set your, or you saying neither? Are you the real question is, are you setting your child up to look up to them one day? I know that junk hurt. That's why I'm glad I asked it that way. Are you setting your child up to look up to them one day, or would you rather have your child stay looking up to you?
I'll be back later. I gotta go cut my grass.
All right, for sure. Appreciate
Nice to meet you, 60.
you. Come up, Mr. P, if you available. I think it's a middle ground with the questions. Okay, with this question then, I'm gonna just say, which one would you pick? That's why I'm glad I made it sweaty though. I just want to see where everybody's mentality is at, man. I make it sweaty. It's funny that he just said that too. He like, dang, you got another option? I know. Because I look at it that the reason why a lot of people won't say number one is because and I think it's like an ego thing though. Like people don't want to wish that, or they think automatic like just like you mentioned earlier about I don't want to be arrogant or something like that, but it ain't about that. It's like it's really because like you think that's being arrogant because your child looking up to you. Like I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But it's crazy. It's funny that we feel it's arrogant when we look up to our child. But I think the reason why I said that then, just to give it on, I said that because I feel like that's when you know you did your job as a good job as a parent. You know what I'm saying? That you able to look up to them or they actually influence you. You know what I'm saying? That you did so much because there's so much stuff happening in this world. We ain't gonna know everything. And it's gonna be times where y'all gonna have to need one another though. But I wouldn't mind me myself. I wouldn't mind setting my child up to be able to so I can learn from them. You know, it's a very good thing to be able to learn from somebody, anyways. You know what I'm saying? If you the smartest person in the room, I don't think you want to be in that. You know, close to soul. Long time, long time.
Hey, hey, what's going on?
What's the deal? How you feeling?
Um, I'm doing all right. How are
Mm.
you?
I'm good, man. Blessed, man. Better than my yesterday.
Amen,
That's all.
amen. I think I want to answer this question.
What you got?
Um, I
I
think
hope you
I
ain't hear me
want
either. You gonna be cheating. It's like that.
no, no. But I do kind of listen in just to kind of, because I never
Hmm.
really know exactly where the conversation gonna be. So before I
Yeah.
come up, but I think I want. I don't think I want to fortify my child to be able to have enough so that when I'm not there, they 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 have what they need, whether or not they get it from me or not. Um, because I understand probably more than what because I my heart has changed when it comes to like wanting kids. At a certain time it was just, a whole fantasy thing in my head, kids, wife, all that type of stuff. But now I'm thinking a lot more and I think about the fact that like, now as me being older, I'm thinking about it a little bit more. And my whole thing is I want to be able to fortify my child with enough so that even if I'm not around, they still can last. Even before, because a couple years, probably, well, not a couple years, hopefully, thank God, but like maybe in a few decades from now, I'm going to end up having to bury my parents. And
Hmm.
so my parent, and so I want my parent to be safe, to know that I'm going to be okay, you know what I'm saying, when they're gone. And so that's basically what I want. It's not necessarily in a sense of looking up to me, but I just want to be able to have enough to give to them, so that if I'm not there anymore, they're still self-sufficient and well.
Mm, okay. So let me go ahead and make it sweat a little bit then. So what would you mind if your is that the right word? Well, how would you feel if you your kids surpass your way of thinking?
um I would have a problem with that at a certain period. And that's what I'm saying, like a lot of I'm saying mine in a sense to where they're coming from my long from, I'm birthing them. But honestly, truly, like, they are not yours in a sense. You see what I'm saying? Like, these are human beings, baby baby humans that are going to have to, you know, be able to adapt in this world
Mm-hmm.
according. You see what I'm saying? So these are not my children. I'm literally giving the world something in a sense. You see what I'm
Right. I
saying? And
see.
so that's my whole point. And
Mm-hmm.
so if they deviate from what I would quote unquote be teaching them, which really wouldn't be anything other than um me affirming them, you know what I'm saying, and who they are, me putting certain, you know what I'm saying, like things as far as like having certain value systems, being charitable, being loving, being kind, all of that type of stuff, being able to, those type of things. So I don't think they would deviate from that, but even if they did, they are walking their own walk as adults. And
Mm-hmm.
so I can't, um hold their hand only but so long. But because I'm pretty sure, based off of just who I am now, I'm still going to unconditionally love my child no matter what they do.
Mm. Unconditional love. That's funny. I can't say I'm about to switch the topic again. I got something against that unconditional love statement. You know what I'm saying? But um, okay. So, guess in a way you kind of said that. Yeah, you wouldn't mind though. Only reason why I ask is 'cause I just want to see how much ego is in it. A lot of people's it's blocking a lot of people's mentality because everybody want to feel that dominant. Everybody want to be like, hey, I'm the one that did this. You know what I'm saying? They don't appreciate you know, you sometimes you even got to state that you did that I did this good work and all that stuff. Of course, if you have an arrogant child or something like that, of course you gonna be like, man, but I'm the one that did it. But it really ain't nothing to prove though, because I think if somebody raised their child right, they ain't gonna be kind of arrogant and stuff.
But
They actually gonna be
that's why
appreciative of what they did, huh?
But that's part of why I've changed the way I'm thinking about it, because everybody's system, like, I can't wait to be this, and you know what I'm saying, like, I grew up in the age to where we playing with baby dolls and all this type of stuff, and I see, you know what I'm saying, it's certain imagery or whatever, and the whole thing and point I think that most women grow up in is that they want to, have children, and they speak about how much this great thing of becoming a mother does to you, and you have this type of feelings and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but my thing is that I understand that these are not, I'm birthing them, which is why I'll still have the unconditional love because my child came from me. But other than that, I am understanding that these are human beings that have to adapt to their world how they need to adapt. And so they are not my children. And so I had to change my way of thinking, because everybody's like my baby, my this, my that. And I've even, had that um when it comes to me and my mom's dynamic. And so my mother kind of knows, as she understands that, like, I have to learn my own way, and it'd be crazy for my mom to feel in a way that she did something wrong because I deviated from her,
Mm-hmm.
from whatever she might have, like, quote unquote, instilled in me. Because I do have my own way. However, I do love my mother enough that it's certain things that I'm not going to do because I know better. My mom raised me a certain way. So it's just that thing. It's like, but I'm understanding that like it's not about, I don't want to be in a space of chasing a feeling as a mother. I want to be able to understand that I'm raising a human being that has to be in this world and adapt and be able to be sound of mind and sound of heart. So I have to, those are the things and those are the things that I have to instill in my child. So I guess you could say I take it a bit more personal and seriously now than I probably thought I did before. But I think that's most important.
Hmm. So I guess I seen two people say, now let's go ahead and switch it up again with this unconditional love. It's funny, I'm talking about all the topics that I've been talking about. I'm gonna say, well, the way I feel about this. So first off, I'm gonna ask, in general, do you feel like a human is capable to love unconditionally?
You asking me or both of us?
Everybody. I think all three of y'all actually
Um,
said that too, though. So.
well, yeah. I mean, I think as far as like when it comes to parents, I think parents would probably love unconditionally. But it's not. I would ask exactly what do you think? What do you think love is? Because there's certain things that even I feel in a sense of love is not going to. You're not mindlessly in love. I still understand. And even if you are the type of person that holds a certain character, there are certain things you're not going to allow someone to cross, you know what I'm saying? Even if they are your child. So it's just certain things. It's like, I'm going to still love my child, but yeah, there's certain things I'm not going to be okay with that, but I can voice that and still love my child. They're still going to have a place to stay if they need it. I'm still going to be there. You see what I'm saying? In that regard for my child to help and be there. But, that me putting a standard on certain things does not neglect the fact of me still loving my child.
Mm. So I think it's a difference between I know we talk about it's different between expressing love, right, and um I guess the emotion of love. I guess because what I look at it as is that love itself. I notice it is it do sometimes it get it's like it is a condition to it, right? And even with unconditional love, I think people condition themselves to love unconditional. It's because it's like a mind. It's a mind. It's the way your mind, I guess, look at things or whatever. Because if that's the case, I look at it this way: it's either that all of us love unconditional, no matter if we love a person or not. It's either that, or it's humans can't love unconditional. We just make it we feel that, you know what I'm saying, we condition ourselves to feel that we love unconditional, but I still think it's some type of condition to it. Because most of the time, like, I'm loving this person because they're my sister or my brother or something like that, or that's because my mother or something like that. So, and even that, even with that, right? It's people that don't, you know what I'm saying? It's people that hate people to their guts, you know what I'm saying? Brother, sister, or whatever. And it shows that, and in that case, it shows a human condition themselves to feel like they love unconditional. Because if another human cannot love somebody unconditional, right? That means you chose to love unconditional. It's just a feeling. So that's the reason why, I feel like, well, I don't think that humans are capable of doing it. But it's either, like I said, but if a human is, that means all of us love unconditional and just don't address it, right? Because the fact that we condition ourselves, like it can, because love itself get conditioned anyway. So I can feel like I love somebody, right? I'm talking about the expression part, right? I can feel like I love somebody that somebody can make me mad. Now I'm not no longer loving no more. I'm mad now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's love, it's different emotions, right? You got love, lust. I mean, oops, is that one? Love, hate, anger, jealousy,
But can I ask you a
or
question?
go ahead.
Do you think that people are capable of love entirely, just in general?
I think, um. I think we got our own versions of love because I feel like love have some type of care behind it. I think everybody have, and I do me myself in general, right? I believe we are all built off love, anyways. I just believe it's just love in us, even like because like even all the emotions is surrounded by love. You know, like, because sometimes you hate a person because you love something else better. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes uh jealousy even comes from some type of love. You know, lust, the love of, or that, you know, the love of sex, some type of, you know, some type of, it's, all that stuff. Like, it kind of, I thought about this a while ago with my cousin and stuff, but I think, yeah, and it's just different forms of love. Like, to respect somebody is some type of love behind it, because, or maybe you love your life so much that if you don't respect this person, they can take your stuff. You know, so I don't know, it's the stuff like that though. But I do believe everything is made out of some type of love. Even itself, even if we want to say our creator, if people believe and stuff, I think it's still love behind that too. Because if we was out
If
of hate, we'd be
if you love a person, if you love a person and then you turn around and they make you mad, will you still not have love for them?
not at that moment. You probably wouldn't at that moment. It takes a lot of self control to keep that expression of love or care about somebody. You know, because you care. Sometimes some people care more about their feelings than actually loving that person. So if your feelings get hurt, you're not gonna be thinking about that person at that moment.
So do you, I mean, I'm just trying to understand. So do you think that love is kind of like it shifts based off the day or
Shifts.
the
It get yeah.
season?
It
It's okay.
shifts. Or the expression of love. I mean, it's a way to express it though. But love itself is
There
love.
is
Just
a
like
difference between love, the feeling, the emotion, and then the expression of love. There's a difference to you.
yeah, the feeling. I get you to talk about like the feeling of it, right? Because feelings, I think they say it. No, emotions come first, then it's feelings, right? So yeah, I get what you mean on that. Yeah, it is. That's what I was meaning about that. Because love is love. You know what I'm saying? Love is love, but the way we express love is something different. You know, because sometimes we only do it when soon as somebody give us a hug, you know, something like that, or go to bed. Dang, what the freak? She had that boy reading. She got it on copy and paste. That's cheating. Uh, but yeah, it is a difference from expressing it and love being love. You know, just like you can express your anger, right? But anger is anger, no matter how you want to look at it. So, but yeah, the way we express it, that's where it's in conditions. No, you didn't. You just slow. I swear I just say your name. I think it's a delay too. I see your name popping. I try to say it, but yeah, I think most majority of the time it's the expression we talk about most of the time because it's the way we show it to one another, like love in different way, and love got a lot to deal with care, respect, and you know all that. That still revolve around some type of love, but it get conditioned every time. You know, by the fact that you can shift love, because it depends on how you get treated, right? You're not about to expressing. I'm talking about expressing, right? You're not going to still show love to a person that's disrespecting you, right? Some people can, but you got to really have some type of emotional intelligence behind it, right? To be able to, like, hey, you know what? This is because I love you. I'm not about to. But people get out of character. You can't trust your feelings all the time. So, I mean, it just happened like this. So it's like that varies your expression of love.
But can you disconnect from someone? Do you think you can disconnect from someone and still love them?
Yeah, most definitely. We got to love them from a distance. That's what that's kind of called.
So how do you love from a distance?
um, the fact that sometimes y'all both might not be compatible and you love each other so much that if y'all do connect with one another, right, you know it's gonna be a problem. So it's best off, you know, like praying for them or something like that and hope the best for them and let them live their life instead of you having to be in their life with them. Because you can't just that kind of dangerous. That's why even with love, that's love and pride are the two things that unalive us nowadays.
So
We don't know
how
when.
can you love? So when you love someone, what are the things that you think you cannot do? I think you said you can't be mad and still love someone. So what other things can
That's
you
my expression with the expression of love, right? I'm just saying
so
the way you
you
express.
can
You can't
so can
express
I
something that's
so
not
can I
there.
so, so can you still so okay, let's talk about the kid situation. So
Yeah,
can I still love my children but still be mad at them at the same time?
you can't express them two expressions at the same time. No, that's two different. That's two different emotions. You see what I'm saying? Anger and love. You can't be angry and love at the same time. It's literally you shifting. Because if you was love, you're gonna be always like, "Hey, I'm gonna give you a whooping though." With a smile, you know what I'm saying? But that's weird though. But it's two different expressions at one time. You can only express one thing at one time. If you're feeling bored, you're gonna feel bored. Then you gotta condition yourself to be happy again, or thinking, peace, all that different stuff. Whatever. It's like it all shifts. We don't. I don't think we stick with one emotion our whole entire life. If we could, I wish we could, but we wouldn't be human if we only stuck with one emotion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why I would be feeling like in a way it's like it get it get conditioned in some type of way. Um, so I look at it as, and it's weird. This I don't even think even with if we want to say God too, right? I don't even think is that even such thing. Even because I mean, according to the Bible, if we were talking about the Bible, right? The Bible God, like he get angry, jealous, and all that stuff, but then again, he still love us. And I think when we talk about conditions, right, I think you mean it like that you don't have to do nothing for them to continue feeling a certain way towards somebody. That's why I be saying that I feel like stuff is still everything we do is still out of love. Like even jealousy is some type of love behind it. Some people can be mad at you and because they loved you so much that they kind of disappointed and stuff, and they get angry at you because they loved you or something, like love you or whatever. But that's what I'm saying. But that's the I'm talking about. But the expressing part, you can't express both of them at the same time. I don't know. I'm trying not to get confused on how to say that though. But I know what I want to say, but it just ain't coming out how I want to.
It's okay. I get it. I understand.
Yeah, it's kind of hurting my head. I'm like, dang, did I say that wrong? I'm trying to think, but yeah, but yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to even think of is it really such thing as an unconditional love? I'm trying to think. Hold up. Because you love somebody no matter what they do for you, then even if they do you wrong, you still love them. And I think that's something we try to condition ourselves to do, though, because it's hard for people to actually love unconditionally because we have feelings. And that's what I be doing. Like even when people do me wrong, I still like it's the fact, and that it takes forgiveness to even, you know, still love somebody when they treat you wrong. And that's why, but you got to condition yourself to be that way. You see what I'm saying? So it's like a condition, unconditional love. That's what make it funny. So it's like, is it really unconditional? Because I just conditioned myself to feel unconditional. That's funny to me. That's just like when they say babies, though. They say babies are born with unconditional love. But I'm like, if it's unconditional, though, and then they get angry when they don't get that Bible, they bottle, right? It's like, then they got, if it's something unconditional, you
They're
shouldn't be able to get
children. They don't
conditioned.
really understand unconditional anything. They're
Huh?
infants. They're infants. I don't think they understand much of anything. I mean, they
Right.
can. They're babies. I don't know who said that, but I'm like,
I don't know.
they're
That's what
kids.
I was saying. That's why I was trying to say that too. Like how
I mean,
they don't even know what love
but then
is
if
to
that's
have
the
it.
case, then I mean, but if that would be the case, then that would be what, like we supposed to love like babies. I mean, it says that in the Bible, I believe.
Hmm.
Yes, children, something to that effect. But I mean, I don't think that's to be true because I mean they're kids, so they don't necessarily know they don't know much of anything. They're like clay, you know what I'm saying, to be
Yep.
molded. So you're constructing that child to understand certain things.
Right. Right.
They don't know outside of your leadership as a parent. So
Hmm. I found jealousy is closely related to envy or and maybe love of oneself. Love. I think no, it's not really nothing wrong with jealousy. Envy is like something that you basically you feel a certain way of something that you don't even own or something like that. Like, dang, they got a big car or something. I wish, wish I could have a car like that or something like that. And jealousy is like actually like a connection with somebody that you like a sister, like you, or like a sibling or something like that. You could be jealous that your sister getting more love than than you or something like that with your mama or something like that. That's what jealousy. But it's not really nothing wrong. It's just a natural human feeling because you love somebody so much, right? That you kind of get jealous. Of course, with jealousy, I mean, it's some type of love behind it. Because like even like you say if you love your wife, right, and you see her looking at a dude print. Speaking of Mr. Print, you gonna get jealous. Like, what the heck you doing that for? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's just a natural thing though, but it's something that just got to get controlled because it can turn to an anger. You know what I'm saying? Jealousy can evolve into some type of anger or something like that. But it's just like out of love, you get jealous. You would, I mean, that's just how it is. It's something we can't really control. I mean, at the moment, I'm just saying we can't control it, but you can shift it and control it later after you get your mind together. Like, all right, whatever, it ain't that big. It ain't worth being jealous about. Like sometimes we gotta change from being mad. We gotta think of something to make us happy. Just be like that. Shoot. Oh, y'all ain't hear me in here rambling in here, huh? I'm just telling my point of views on different things. That's all it is, man. Ain't nobody gotta agree with me and stuff. I just me being observant of everything we be using in this world. I just be me just listening to stuff and trying to see if it real. I always been that kid though. Like, dang, okay, we be going with these sayings, but do we really know what these sayings mean, or do we really dig deep into it? I even to this day I be listening to like old stuff and like, dang, what do this really mean? I still don't know what that cake and eat it too situation is. I gotta figure that out. I think I almost kind of get it. Have your cake and eat it too, but what the heck you have a cake for, not to eat it? But stuff like that. I be just always taking the time to think about it. 'Cause I'm like, we
But
just be saying stuff.
the whole saying, Kevin, is that you cannot have your cake and eat it too. Does that make more sense?
I get you now. I like how you said it a little bit, and it's weird. I guess the way you delivered it, it made me understand it more. That's crazy. After all this time, I mean, you can't. Does that mean
Nope.
that it
It's
was
gone.
two things? That's two actions in one. I get you the way you said it. I like how you said it though. See, that showed that delivery matter. Delivery and tone and all that matter. And that's weird though. The way you said it made me think about it at the exact same time though. But you can't have your cake and eat it too. But you do want your cake though to eat it. That's the whole purpose of it. But I get what you mean though. You're trying to do two things at once. I'm just gonna
Hmm.
say, let me eat the cake. I don't even want to have it. Just eat it.
Hey, and in
It's
this
like having two women
convenient
and two
society,
different.
we just buy another one, right?
Man, that makes sense though. You put it in that way. There's no way you can do it two things at once.
Yeah.
It's like you ask for one thing, how you going? You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. I get it in a way. I get it. 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 Nice,
See?
nice.
There was a reason I stuck
See?
around. I almost had to go.
I don't know everything, man. I don't know everything. Might sound smart, but I don't know everything. All I'm doing is telling different point of views, man. uh, Lena, what's the deal? How you feeling, Lena? Come on up here. Talk to your brother. Show us how your day going, man. How you feeling? BK, stop hiding in the comments too, man. Come on, brother. I ain't heard from you in a while. We can talk about some serious stuff, man. And I know we ain't talking about A, B, C, D, and all that, the freaky, all that other stuff, you know what I'm saying? But sober today. So you was feeling it last night. Watching that Jake Paul fight, Man. I want y'all point of view, man. How y'all feel about this topic too, man? Cause give me about what we going what's that about to be 2 o'clock? Give me 2 hours, then we change the topic again. I'm talking about judgment part two. Oh no, actually give me 1 hour and I'm gonna change it. Cause I'm gonna change it at 3 o'clock and then we're gonna talk about judgment part two, man. What gives you the authority to give somebody a compliment? It's like, let me stop. Let me get in the shower.
Unsolicited advice.
You're right. Let me get a shower. Okay, for sure, my brother, man. I knew I was smelling something up in here, my brother. I was smelling shot, man. It's like that. I'm like, what the heck? What's hidden in this comment? It's like that. Something hidden bad in this comment. Why is it green around here? It's like that. I'll come after it when I hit some fellowship in. Okay, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. Oh my, yeah. I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing, man. That boy over there, he was dirty texting all that time. That's crazy, bro. Fishing guts and water. Oh yeah, he went fish. Oh, for sure, man. You gotta get that peace, man. That's my boy be doing, be fishing. People be want to call stuff lame, man, but everybody be finding their own ways of happiness, man. If it ain't costing no money like that, it don't take no other person, man. Just gotta have that free time. That free time, man. Peace is a good thing. You can get joy out of peace, man.
Find your peace. That's it. Don't let anyone else decide what your peace is.
You're right. Some people don't really know what that is. Some people be living chaotic and say it's peace. So that's when it get contradicted. That's my peace is cussing a person
But if
out.
that's their peace, it's not our place to say that's not their peace. Hey.
No, it ain't though. But don't lie about peace. Don't change the definition of peace to make it fit your narrative either. Because it
I'm
is
changing
what
the
it is.
definition
Peace
of
is peace.
normal to include crazy.
Huh?
So
Because
why
you
not?
can't say, because your peace can actually be and if your peace, like if your peace is disturbing other people's peace, that's not, I mean, I think that's a problem then. If it's your peace is causing chaos to somebody else or another situation, I don't think that's the real definition of peace. That's like kind of, that'd be like kind of selfish, like. That's why I said a lie. We lie to ourselves, though. Like, but you can catch lies though, because stuff don't contradict. Things don't contradict in life, man. If you happy and say that you say you mad, but you say you happy at the same time, that's a contradiction. Now, like some stuff is just facts is facts, no matter how we want to look at it. That's when you make your judgment, right? I can call that.
I love my job, but I hate Air Canada, and basically I work for Air Canada.
Yeah, yeah, man. So I said I'm big on calling it how you see it, man. A lot of us we will lie to ourselves, man. I'm not. I'm big on that though. I ain't about to be like, nah. I'm calling it out, man. That's how. That's what I mean about this room, man. And people hate this though. What the heck? I done got the mustache shit. This dude catch me with the mustache. I don't want that dirty hat. Go wash up, man. Please stop playing, man. Good looks, man. That's why I call this room we hold accountable here. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm big on growth and the name of the room is no excuses allowed because I'm tired of excuses. I'm tired of this false stuff and us lying to each other and stuff. We won't get anywhere. Shoot. As a people we won't, as a group, you know what I'm saying? People might get somewhere with, maybe getting over and uh hustling and to sell this or something like that. But I'm not. That's something I don't because that don't work for everybody, right? So I'm not. I'm gonna. It might help you get by, but then again, you got to think about others though, because like I said, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. No matter how we want to look at it, we got to think of the masses when it comes to that. Fishing mustaches and hat, right? Fishing mustache, right? Exactly. Knew something was fishy around here. That's like, man, but yeah, oh yeah, man. In this room, this what it's gonna be like, man. We gotta call it how we see it. It is what it is. And if somebody, and look, if somebody got a problem with it, right? All they gotta do is ask why, man. And people will give you 100 reasons why. The thing is, if we wanna run away from what the truth is, or we wanna run away from facts, then that'd be the problem. That'd be our problem, and that'd be our ego. Remember we was talking about that earlier. Our ego get in the way, and we get stubborn. Like, who are you to tell me this? You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. The same way we can call it for somebody else to say that, hey, you look like you said. That's what it is. You look like you said. You got tears in your eyes. You crying. You know what I'm saying? And have your head down and stuff. Or what they gonna call it? It's tears of joy or something like that. But why is your head down? And you know what I'm saying? That's you lying to yourself once again. Like I said, you can only get so far. Lying to yourself will get you nowhere. We gotta, like I said, that's one of the main things. So we lack honesty. We're not honest. How we gonna expect honesty from other people and we not honest with ourselves? Everything start with ourselves. And then it's funny, but it's funny though. Boy. But look, that's the only way, man. It's the cure to it's the cure. It's the cure to life is accountability, man. People don't understand that, man. You only accountable for your actions. Us playing victim mentality and blaming everything else, we'll never get anywhere in life. We got to see what part did we play in life and check that.
And that's the most important, is that we are only accountable for ourselves.
Most
We
definitely.
can't hold anybody else accountable for their own actions.
We
They
can.
have to do it themselves, or they're never going to learn the lesson.
We can. Don't we do that to our children all the time?
Speak for yourself, okay?
You
Again,
don't? You let your
remember,
kids do anything?
within reason. Are they harming anybody else? Are they harming themselves? Are they destroying any personal property? Are they having fun?
It's either yes or no. Do you do you let your kids do anything? Or do they run your house?
No.
Okay, I thought so, right. So we can't be selective, so it's not a bad thing hold somebody accountable. I think all of us need to be held
I have
accountable.
to
I want somebody
teach
to hold
my
me
son
accountable when I'm doing
accountability.
something wrong.
That's
You know
all
what
I
I'm
can
saying?
do, is I can teach him. I can show him that I am accountable for the wrongs or rights that I do. That's how it's passed. It's not a, it's part of my job as a parent to teach him these skills. But at the
Don't you
same
think
time,
that's
I
a
have to
problem
have
nowadays?
those
A lot of
skills in order to.
parents let kids do what they want to do. That's why we got so many uh unhinged people out here and stuff, and because we don't try to check our children. I mean, because if we don't check our children, the world gonna check them anyway, so we can't stop it. You know what I'm saying? They gonna end up in jail. They gonna get held accountable some way, even if the parent don't want to decide to do it, right? So it's not a bad thing. If the problem is, like I said, that ego get in the way, right? So we be feeling like, and that's why we can't learn from one another, because we feel like we can't check one another, right? But how we gonna get anywhere in life if we don't check one another? If we just allow people to do whatever? You know, of course, people gonna do what they want. They're gonna do what they want, but us a lot. I mean, but they don't have to be in my vicinity with it, right? Or they don't have to, you know.
It goes
But
back to
if
the
we had this life where,
unsolicited advice.
huh?
It goes back to the unsolicited advice.
It's a difference from that and a constructive criticism. Do you think constructive criticism is a bad idea?
Again, it was it solicited? Did they ask for your advice?
You said, did they ask? But okay, if that's the case,
Yeah.
then who to tell me if I gotta ask or not, right? Just like who's to tell you if you gotta listen either. I mean, it can go both ways, right? So somebody telling me that I have to ask, I don't have to do that because I get to do what I want, right? Just like you get to do what you want. So all of us, we neither one of us right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? So who's to say that somebody can't say nothing? Because if I feel a certain way, if I feel like you shouldn't hang in my group because you this type of way, I can speak on it. I'm not wrong for that. I think that's why we all have a freedom to do what we want, right? I got a choice if I feel like if a uh if a person is, hey, you too snaky for me or something, like, I'm gonna call it how it is. You know what I'm saying? And I will tell you the reason why. If they don't have a reason, then that person just ain't meant for you. You know, but that's how we waver to certain situations. If I feel like you got you'd be too jealous. Like that's the only way we better each other, right? We don't have to. Somebody don't have to ask me or not. If you call it how this is how you feel. You could be either right or wrong about the situation. It's a gamble. There's nothing wrong with it. It literally worked both ways. Because I could be like, who told you to come in here with your side story? Nobody asked you for your side story. But even with this, right? Why be on a public thing and then expect somebody to not say anything about it, right? So it's like we can't put ourselves in certain situations and not expect somebody to not say something or tell or to have them be like, but you ain't asked me for it, but nobody asked you for your story either, right? That's what I'm saying. So it could go either way. It's better off like being quiet, because if you feel like you shouldn't get checked on something or somebody shouldn't give their opinion about something, then why tell it? Why say anything? You might as well stay quiet on the app and be like, well, I don't want nothing. Just might as well stay quiet. Because anything that get publicized, you asking for opinions. That's just like when people be
That's
posting
it.
pictures like,
But there's
why
the
are you in my
difference.
business? You made your business public, so it's no longer your business anymore. You see what I'm saying? Like, we got to make sense out of certain situations because it don't be making sense when we publicize something and then get mad at what feedback we get behind it, right? We got to make it make sense, man. I can't sit here and expect me to tell a sob story to my parents and they don't say anything about it. That's their choice if they want to give me advice, if they got that, or if they want to just sit here and listen to me. That's their choice. But I can't feel bad because somebody gave me advice. I can't feel bad because I took the time to go in their space and tell them a story, right? So it worked two ways. It ain't no one side to one thing. Like neither people in my book I wouldn't say is wrong for the situation, but that's just what happens. That's just what happens in this world. That's what we do. We communicate. We communicate. You can't get mad at how the communication goes. Some people actually expect you to come with a solution. They be feeling like, uh, why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't reply? Like it's really a gamble. What you was expecting me to reply? Like this, that's what I'm saying. This expectation stuff, like it goes either way. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't give me? I thought you just want me to listen. Like it's really a gamble. So it's like you got to take it either way. If you didn't want to, then say, hey, I don't. I like what you said, but I don't want to hear it now. So all right, I no longer want to hear you about your problem anymore. Right? So that's just how it is. So let's not talk about something if we're not gonna get to a solution to it. Because a lot of people just like talking about stuff just to talk. But that's the case. Just talk to a wall, listen to a radio if you want to express yourself. So I don't get this little unsolicited stuff, the stuff that people done came up with. I think that's like an ego driven type thing where they feel like, or they got this entitlement like, hey, no, I get to talk about what I talk about and you need to ask me if I want some advice. That's crazy. You need to ask me if, why talk about it then? Just keep it to yourself if you don't want nobody to say anything, right? It is funny. It's funny. I be cracking up when they make post a picture or somebody or post a picture with they cheeks out or something like that, then get all the compliments. Soon as somebody say mind your or no, they say something bad. Who are you to judge? Why did you do that? Why you ain't nobody asked? This is my business. She's minding her business. Like what the that don't make sense. You put something out in public, right? And now you only want to hear compliments, and as soon as you get some feedback that you don't want to hear, now it's my business. Make that make sense. That don't make sense at all. People be selective on their situations. They be selective. It's so funny. It's funny. So I can't wait, man. Give me an hour, man. Give me an hour. We gonna talk about all that. Give me an hour. People gotta actually listen to what they saying though. We be saying a lot of stuff that, or we repeat a lot of things, right? And don't understand what we really talk about. Because things even change. Things in even our opinions can change. But some people don't want to change. Some people don't want to look deeper into the situation. They only want to look at stuff that fits their life. You know what I'm saying? They like, oh, this is good enough. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to know because it's fitting to my way of living right now. So I don't want to know anymore. I don't want to dig in deep. I want to just know what I know. I want to thank you too because I'm about to straight talk about this judgment thing. 1 hour. Yeah, yep. You done started me up now. Angel, how you feeling, man? Come on up. Come on up, man. I seen you down there. Uh, I'm good, Angel. You know I'm good. Oh, Rick was in here. I missed him. Missed out on him, man. I ain't seen him in a while. My boy Rick was in here, man. I missed out on him. Dang, they man want me to shut this thing down. Nah, man, I'm getting some, man. Yeah, I'm about to do it. Forget it. I said an hour. I can't deal with it. Yeah. I'm about don't run, love. I want you to hear all these people and stuff, man. I want you to hear. You made me think about this topic. Actually, let me start working on it now. I'm gonna give people a chance to
I
talk
think
about
that
this
if it's a
long.
part two, it had nothing to really do with me. I'm just the fire.
I know, no, you made me, no, you gave me, you inspired me to talk about this today, you know? So thank you. I really thank you. Cause it, like the thing is, it ain't. It's a lot of people. I think majority of people do feel that way. They feel this way. Like when that word, I think we was talking about this. I was talking about this in a live like yesterday and stuff. People it really get triggered by the word judgment, and they feel like I can't wait. We gonna talk about it though, and it's a lot. It's a big problem because we realize we unintentionally judge and don't know. Even if, and I said this in another live, like even if we don't want to judge out loud, we still just because the way our mind is set up because it's a protection thing, we do it in our mind anyways. We might not voice it, but it's in our mind. It's still in our mind anyways. So
That's why
that's
there's a
just something
lot of
we can't
work to do when
control.
you get on the spiritual path.
Huh?
That's why there's so much work to do when you get on the spiritual path.
There's work all the
Because
time.
there's so much that has been indoctrinated that we don't even know. Like, the reason why nobody wants to do the work is because we don't even know where to begin and how, like, when you, like, there's so much to unpackage. Like, going right back to preschool,
Hmm.
they've been indoctrinating us.
Hmm.
In advertising, in commercials, in our news. Everything has been to indoctrinate us, to divide and keep us apart,
Yep.
keep them distracted.
Yeah. All that stuff, religion, skin color, all that stuff is separating us. That's why I'm trying to tell us at the end of the day, we all humans. Oh, but I think some people believe we gods and stuff. I don't know, but it is what it is. I'm too humble to say that I'm a god. I can't say that. I can't. I believe it's somebody that created us. No matter how we want to look at it, somebody smart enough that made me be the person I am today. There's no way I created myself. There's no way I created myself, and I'm working a 9 to 5. Actually, I'm working a 6 to 4:30. I'm doing 10 hours a day. But what my
5
God
days a
self
week.
doing? What is my God self doing at a job?
There's a lesson here.
My, that's funny. There's lessons every day, man. Lessons every day. It's just up to us to be able to be accepting of it. All of us is literally
And
the
how we
same thing. We
transmute it.
are all humans searching for the truth. That's literally what all of us is doing, man. And try to live the best life we can. We literally, that's all of us what we doing. We all bleed the same. We all going through some type of stress. We all got feelings. We all the same. We just different ways of how to live life, man. That's all it is. We are living examples. That's what we are. Different examples of how to live life. We just placed in different parts of the world, different environments, different mentalities, different conditions. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead.
And get the one set up. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, you got me. I'm gonna let Angel talk for a minute
Oh,
though. But
welcome, Angel.
how you feeling, Angel, man? How you doing?
She's got a connection issue, it looks like. I was
I
having it
see her.
earlier,
She got
too.
2 bars,
Yeah.
right? I do see that too. She got them 2 bars. She
Thank
might get.
you, Kevin.
What's up? How you feeling?
Yeah, Kevin, I'm fine. And
Oh,
you?
I'm great, man. I'm blessed.
Fine.
I'm blessed. Oh. How you feel about the topic?
Love, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you, Angel?
Oh, I was enjoying it. I'm fruitful.
Mm, okay. That's what I like to hear. Off my
I'm
judgment, that's what
fruitful.
I like to hear. Let me-
Okay, so we holding an accountable here. Okay. So, what do you mean when you say? I'm trying to read your topic.
Mhm. So,
When you
what do
say
you mean
your
when you
child.
say, I want my child to be better than I
Okay,
was?
so something to talk about with kids, the do's and don'ts.
Mm,
Oh yeah, you see, the last time I was saying it.
mhm,
You see, the last time I said something about my family.
mm.
So that's what we are talking about now. You know,
Something like that, yeah. Something
way
like that.
back to our African land. Our African land, parts of the African land, they are so typical. They don't want their children to do a lot of stuff.
Mhm,
And then they will strict you not to do this, don't go here, don't drink, don't go to the club, and all that, yes.
mhm,
And some too can give their children liberty to go and try. If you try and you don't fall a victim, you are fine. But some are so scared they don't want their children to go and try. So it depends in the family. The last time I told you about my family, you don't
mhm,
do some things. Yeah. You don't drink, you don't smoke because they feel maybe it's in the gene. So they will
mhm.
protect you not to do it at all.
There you
And
go.
when they see you do it, they will, I mean, beat you up if you are young. They will talk to you if you are old, you know.
Mhm,
That's how it is in my society. You get beaten when you are young. They will beat
mhm.
you to straighten you up. You will
Scared
feel
straight.
the pain. Yeah, they will cane you. They have cane. They will cane you. They will talk to you. They will make you feel like, yes, you've done something wrong. But
Mhm,
when you are old, like 18 years, they will talk to you, and some will even look at you in a way you feel bad and ashamed. You won't go and do it. But well, some too, you talk to them, you beat them, but they will still do it. So it depends how the child is.
mhm,
Yeah,
mhm,
Kevin. That's why I said your place, you are advanced, you have your way of doing it. And in Africa, not all of us are advanced, so we still do the old things, like beating a child and talking to the child to stay where he has to stay.
mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, okay, okay.
And you have to do the fasting and prayers. And you have to go to church and sweep the whole church. That will be your punishment in my family.
Oh, hey, right. At least they light with that. But look, at the end of the day, right? Your whole family still love one another, right?
Yes.
They do, right? Ain't no such thing as grudges over there, but in America, they have grudges over here. They like, you did me wrong. Why did you talk to me like this way? They got this ego that, you know, everybody feel like, hey, who are you to talk to me like that? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Cancel
yeah,
society.
they stressing. We stressing
I
over here. I'm
watch
putting it
movies and I see them.
that way.
Yeah, you see, the last time I said it, I said I saw something in a movie that the kid will talk back to the mother that, hey, you
No, that's
don't
what they
get to
do over
talk to
here.
me like that. I'm not sleeping. Yeah. But
Yep.
here, when they tell you to go and sleep, you have to go.
Right.
There's no excuse, there's no talking.
Yep. But look. Over
That's
here in
how it
America,
is.
they call
Yes.
this what's going on over there. They call that, oh, they in control, and they're living miserable over there because they're getting controlled and all this stuff. But they don't realize that all of us need some type of control in our life to better our lives. You know what I'm saying? But because we are the land of the free, we feel like, oh nah,
Yeah.
this ain't gonna happen like that. But then
Yeah.
again, we so free but stressing over here, going through traumas and picking the wrong people. Like it's all type of stuff. So they don't realize we need control in our life. I don't
Yeah.
realize that.
I can tell maybe they will say they are bullying you for teaching you to do the right thing.
That's what they gonna call it. Yep, they gonna call it that.
Yeah.
They're forcing you to do that.
That they are
You know what I'm
bullying
saying?
you. Yeah.
And yet y'all living a happy life, happy family, less stress, everything in order over there. So shoes,
Mhm.
you know.
At the end of the day, we're all happy, you know. We correct
Mm,
ourselves, we accept our defeat. Some also don't accept it. Ah, now I'm
hmm
telling you,
I feel you. Yeah, it's gonna be that. Mm,
na adi bag kɛse sɛ ɔnyɛ ma nti ɛbɛyɛ uber wɔngye kɛse taxi wɔgye kɛse uber wɔngye kɛse uber wɔngye kɛse. Sorry, Kevin.
I
My
hear you.
my cousin came in and she's
Hmm.
going back. She's
Hmm.
leaving me all alone.
No, not cousin.
I want for lights, na me Uber more, na check the price. Yes, she went to church. I couldn't go today.
Hmm. I go on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Go on Saturdays to hear another point of view, man. Not to get led because I choose to. I didn't force to give to church. I choose to because I learn from there. I'll hear different point of views of what I believe in. I'm the type that questions the pastor. I'll be questioning the pastor like, what do you mean?
Kelvin, me want life,
Yeah.
but cheaper.
Okay. I
Well, you
think I'm
know
on.
what? That's why I still want to learn a lot by learning from you guys and
Hmm.
learning from other guys, you know, just to know different tribes, how they live.
Hmm. Don't learn too much. You don't want this Western mentality, man. That's why there's a lot of dudes called passport passport bros. They trying to leave this situation because the mentality over here is heavy. A lot of corruption over here, man. A lot of corruption. It take a strong mind to get out that. Whoop, whoop.
Hey,
All right, so
listen,
I got it. I got it going
someone
now.
fit carpet no. Okay, you are going off and you'll be back.
Yep. Give me a couple seconds. I'ma see you. I see you. In
He
love,
wants
I
to change
want
the
to see
topic.
you. No, 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 you not. No, you not. It's like that.
Who what? Who what?
It's like that. But all right. So you say my live ain't popping up, so I'm gonna do that all that. Then I'm gonna reset my internet and reset all this stuff and make sure it pop up. Then I'm gonna be on like 10 minutes. It should be less than that though, but we gonna get it going. New topic. I see y'all though.
See you in